Yeah. Yep. What is good? What's good? I should have came on yesterday, but you know, I was enjoying myself all week. All week I've been just relaxing, man. Sometimes you just gotta take time out for yourself just to relax. You feel me? Just relax. And I've just been relaxing all week. It's been good. Doing whatever. But it's been fun. You feel me? It's been fun. I I'm watching. I want to see this again, man. I want to see this again. I'm watching Devin Haney versus. You can't even see it because my shit's blurred out. I'm watching Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. Rewatching. I'm gonna rewatch it. You heard me? But we got. I got a few things to talk about today. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take my time with it today. I see a lot of people's going live on this topic about this whole Zuffa claim. I brung up about not Devin, but Shakur Stevenson possibly going to Zuffa months ago, but it wasn't a topic. Like, it wasn't a thing. It wasn't enough information on it to actually say that he was going to actually go to Zuffa. But now it seems like that's what it is. Like, he's going to Zuffa, and Devin Haney's going to Zuffa. You know, I'm not surprised. Y'all shouldn't be surprised, for real, that either one of them are going to Zuffa. I think that's when you look at both of their careers, and I've been starting hot recently. I don't have no time to waste. You know what I'm saying? If there's one person in here when I start, there's only one person gonna be hearing what I'm saying. It just is what it is, yo. That's why all of this is being recorded. I'm gonna start hot. But when you've been looking at their entire career, you have to think about boxing as if you were boxing, as if you were in the game. That's how you got to think about this. And then go beyond that. Go beyond your logical thinking and think about how somebody that either cheats, millionaires or whatever, think about how they would be in this sport, how they would play the game. You have to actually put yourself in this sport. You understand what I'm saying? For it to make sense and for you not to get blinded by the bullshit that the fighters and fans be throwing at you. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to fighting, bro, this is really irritating, and it's going to be harder for me to explain because Tim Bradley made a video, and the title was about Devin Haney not having Victor Conte, but I didn't want to play that video because of that. It was something he said in there about Shakur Stevenson that I wanted to play, and it would have made it easier for me to explain what I'm about to say. Because I've been saying this for a long time, but when Tim Bradley, somebody that actually boxed, did good in the sport and retired, still respected, and says something that I've been trying to tell y'all forever, man, that's gold. But he deleted that video. He deleted the entire video. So I can't even freaking replay it. I should have just recorded it to have it for myself. You understand what I'm saying? But Tim Bradley basically said in the video, if y'all caught it before he deleted it, he said Shakur Stevenson is smart for not fighting at 147. He said he ain't dumb. He knows if he goes up to 147 and he fights at that weight class, that those guys aren't walking around his weight class. Those guys are walking around bigger. Now, this is something that fighters know. A lot of some fans probably don't know this, but I said this shit 6 years ago too, plus more than that. Fighters cut 20 pounds at majority of fighters, 80-90% of them cut 20 pounds plus, 20 pounds or more to actually make weight. That's how much they cut to actually make weight. When you think about the whole process, Okay, and this is, you have to think about the whole thing as a whole to understand why fighters are saying certain things. The fighter, he said Shakur is smart. If he go up there and fight those guys are already naturally bigger than him. You understand what I'm saying? Now, taking that thought process and taking that same thought process and putting it to other fighters, there's other fighters that can cut weight and be lethargic looking, really, really skinny or bony, and make weight and fight at a smaller weight class, and they probably be the best at the weight class. They probably had the most titles at the weight class, undefeated, the most knockouts, and it's because they're bigger themselves. And like what he's saying, that door swings both ways. It's not just it's not, oh well, Shakur's smart because he's not going to move up and weight and fight somebody bigger than him that is walking around in a bigger weight class than him. It swings both ways, because if you look at it the other way around, yeah. How about the other fighters that are his size that's doing that, or the fighters that's smaller than him that's doing that? Then I look at it as, okay, so he's just not as tough, or he's not as, of course, not as tough as other fighters, or those type of fighters ain't as tough as other fighters, or you don't have enough guts, you don't trust yourself enough. Like, what exactly is it that's stopping you from doing what other fighters that's your size or smaller than you is doing? That's the biggest thing here. That's why I put Shakur Stevenson is too small for greatness. Because regardless of if you think he did enough to be great, he ain't being great right now. Boxing is a what have you done for me lately sport. He's not being great right now. Right now, he's not being great. And his excuse is because he's too small. He's too small to be great. Now, when you look at these other so-called small fighters, you have to keep what I'm saying in the mind when you think about these so-called small fighters and their reason why they can't fight other fighters. You got to think about this. Dude said that he was walking around 160. Cool Boy was walking around 160 or something. Cool Boy's small, short, but he's walking around so-called heavier than Shakur Stevenson. He's admitting that he's walking around 160 some pounds. Shakur Stevenson is like, nah, bro, I walk around 140 and sticking to that. You understand what I'm saying? Raymond Ford just was acting like he had a bad weight cut. He just moved up in weight to fight this. He had one fight at 130 and then he fought Shakur Foster? You have to understand what these fighters are actually doing. And then think about what they're saying for certain fighters, because it's not the same across the board. Okay, that's the problem. It's not the same across the board. Now, I'm going to play a lot of shorts. I'm going to play some shit because people don't like listening to me for some reason. They don't like hearing it from me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to play multiple shorts. Multiple shorts.
I think about it. That don't matter to me. Like, I will fight you at 140. I don't care if you rehydrate to 170. I don't care. That don't make no difference in fights if you got the skills. That's how I think about it. Like, that don't matter to me. Like, I will fight you at 140. I don't care if you rehydrate to 170. I don't care. That don't make no difference in fights if you got the skills. That's how I think about it. Like, that don't matter to me. Like, I will fight you at 140. I don't care if you rehydrate to 170. I don't care. That don't make no difference in
that this man said doesn't matter. I don't understand why people act like the things this man say don't matter. It does. It does. Hold on.
Fundora. I done sparred with that dude.
Mendoza.
Yeah. I sparred with him when I was like a 26 pounder. Like, no cap. Swear to God. But honestly, I feel like I could go up and weight and fight anybody. I think that my skills is gonna carry me through the weight classes. But what's the guy that knocked out Fundora? I done sparred with that dude.
Mendoza.
Yeah. I sparred with him when I was like a 26 pounder. Like, no cap. Swear to God. But honestly, I feel like I could go up in weight and fight anybody. I think that my skills is gonna carry me through the weight classes.
Now, the reason why I be saying the things that I say about Shakur Stevenson is because he says things like this. He know what it is. He say things like that. Salute to J. Will in the building. Salute to you. What is good with you, J. Will? What's popping? Felix Nunez in the building now. Says Shakur 5 division weight champ, though. None of the other divisions involved that 7-pound jump to 147. That's cool. He shouldn't talk about it then. The problem is he talks about it. The things he say, people act like it don't matter. He said 147. The energy that's selective needs to stop when it comes to fighters wanting to fight other fighters. The fans are going to be fans to whoever they support. They're going to be loyal to the people that they from the same town and so on. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But the fighters, if they say they're going to move up, they want to make a weight in between. If he want to make a weight in between him and Korner Ben, because in quote, they sitting beside each other and he think he ain't that big, so he can make 147, make the weight class, make the fight at 147 is selective. People talk about how Shakur ran Devin out the ring after he won that fight, but at the same time, he won't move up to fight Devin at 147, but he'll move up to fight Korner Ben at 147. That stuff matters, bro. It matters. It definitely matters to me. It's what I've been to the man fights. Shakur is way better than what he's claiming. This man is milking the game. After he retired, he's gonna be laughing. I'm telling you, I bet money this motherfucker do an interview and say I never gave it my best in any one of my fights. He's gassing y'all. Y'all paying for 50% like effort habitually, like, and don't care. He's way better than what, like, y'all people get mad at other fighters because they're not challenging themselves. When you ask Shakur to challenge himself, he bring up other fighters. How come you not asking him to challenge himself? Come on, bro, be a man. You a boxer. You a boxer, right? You a boxing junior. You this, that, and the third, bro. Handle what you got to handle when people talk to you. Stop bringing up other people, bro. Aren't you one of one? Ain't nobody like Shakur Stevenson, right? If you want us to bunch you with everybody, then don't be mad when we talk about you like you're a regular fighter. If you're not a regular fighter, then answer the questions when we address you and stop bringing up other fighters. That doesn't make sense. It just sounds like you running from the responsibility to answer the damn question. Like you don't even want to answer the question. Well, how come you didn't ask other fighters? Because they're not you. And like I said, like, bro, you want to talk about how come you didn't ask Bam Rodriguez or anyways, those two the people that he said to move up because they got dropped before. Because it don't look like everybody they fight is easy. And they make weight fine. When you moved up, you missed weight at 130 and 130. I mean, not missed weight, but you got naked for 130 the first time you moved up, and you got naked for 135 the first time you moved up. You've never got dropped. You talk about your competition like it ain't shit. You finessed your way out of a whole fight and just ran around the ring. They didn't do that. They're actually fighting some type of competition. That's how I look at it. Salute to Lee Jackson in the building. What is good with you? What's good with you? Salute Jameson George. What's popping with you? He says it's a two-way street. Like you said, Devin was willing to travel to fight Cambosis and fight Loma at 135, even though he had trouble making weight. But petitioned to fight Shakur at 135 is levels. Oh, I haven't even got there yet. Friend, I haven't got there yet. I haven't said nothing about that yet. And not there yet, but I mean, tell me what your point is for real. I know it's a two-way street. I haven't even really been talking about Devin yet. For real. I'm talking about Shakur. I haven't said much about Devin. I said I was watching his fight. I was watching his fight. Petition to not fight Shakur. Devin petitioned to not fight Shakur at 135? Is that what you're saying? Man, listen, when it comes to Devin Haney, man, Devin Haney is, that's why I've said I haven't got there yet, but it's cool. Devin Haney is the type to have his father talk about something that's very interesting, or will have the boxing world arguing, but to be over here doing something. This is in plain daylight. This is for everybody to see. But this is going to be behind the scenes with some totally different fighter. That's what the Haneys are about. The Haneys might talk. It might be some talks going on about this, that, and this is how they do it. He let Bill say all of that, so the fans won't be like, "Oh, Devin's the liar." Devin, like Devin. Bill already said, "I don't work for you, Keyshawn. I work for my son. I work for Devin." Devin knows everything that Bill's about to say and going to say and continues to say. He knows what the fuck. He just doesn't. He knows what's going on. He says stuff to make people think this, that, and the third. Devin does not say anything. Like all these people saying that Devin called out, Bill called out these people. Devin himself didn't call out anybody. You understand what I'm saying? That makes it safe for Devin to make another fight behind the scenes while Bill talk foolishness and make y'all think, look at this. Why this over here having a neutral conversation behind the scenes. When it comes to him moving from 135 up to 140, he did it to him. If he did it to Shakur, which I don't know, but what I do know is that he got offered the Tank fight and he moved up and this is when Devin didn't want to tell nobody. He didn't want to answer any questions. He didn't want to say if he was staying at 135 or moving up. He continued to lie or continued to just not answer the question. Him and Bill around the time that he was fighting Lomachenko. After that, and because right before he fought Lomachenko, Gervonta Davis said, "I would like to fight you, Devin Haney." He called him out for a fight right after that. Nobody knew if he was staying or moving up. Nobody knew if Devin was staying at 135 or moving up. Nobody knew. I was on 78 channel at that point in time. Bill jumped on the panel when I was on the panel. He still didn't answer the question. When I asked him, he still didn't answer the question. So, I mean, this is the same thing, just Shakur is doing it. But Devin, this is their ballpark. This is what they do. So at the time, he wanted to fight Devin. But Devin did what? He let the public be confused about why behind the scenes he moved up and got a Regis Prograis fight. How many fights did he have at 140? We're not even talking about Devin. He didn't have that many fights at 140, and then he moved up. What, he had 2 fights? But I'm not even on him yet. Boxing Putin says Bill said 135 was getting too hot, so they moved up right after Shakur moved up to 135. That's right. That's absolute facts. That's absolute facts. Let me keep going with these. Still to Barbara D. What is good with you, Queen? Definitely appreciate you coming in the building. Since you, matter of fact, you brung up Devin. I think I got. Too hot. It did it to you again. 2 Hotel, my bad. It did it to you again. It's all good. I got what you're saying. Hold up.
You
look.
weigh in the day before, around what time?
Weighs normal 1 o'clock.
So say 1 o'clock Friday when you fight Saturday night.
So you got like fight Saturday
30
night.
hours.
Yeah.
You fight Saturday 9 p.m.
So within that, you have 30 hours to
You can eat whatever
gain
you-
15, 20 pounds, right?
Listen to this. Listen to this.
In Ryan's case, he had to weigh in again Saturday morning, correct?
Yes. but only 10 pounds. He only was able to gain 10 pounds.
Which is nothing, right?
That's nothing, especially for a big guy like him. Like me, like I said, at the least, I'm gonna gain 20 pounds. I definitely think he shouldn't have agreed to it.
Because Tank is smaller than him, so he's not going to put on as much, right?
Exactly.
So I am not asking you if you think that the
What he's saying goes both ways. I'm gonna play this again for the people in the back.
outcome would have been different. What I'm asking is, do you think you can only speak for yourself,
Yeah.
would that have an effect on your performance?
100%. 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Like I said, I couldn't do it. I would be too weak.
You weigh in the day before, around what time?
Weighs normally 1 o'clock.
So say 1 o'clock Friday when you fight Saturday night.
So you got like
fight Saturday
30 hours.
Yeah.
You fight Saturday 9 p.m.
So within that, you have 30 hours to
You can eat whatever
gain
you-
15,
Yes.
20 pounds.
Listen
Right?
to this.
In Ryan's case, he had to
30 hours?
weigh in again
Let me
Saturday
rewind
morning,
it.
correct?
Damn.
But only 10 pounds.
You have
Listen.
30 hours to
You can eat whatever
gain
you-
15, 20
30
pounds.
hours.
Right?
Listen to this.
In Ryan,
At first, Devin said 15 pounds. I'm gonna play the other joint. He said you gain like 15 pounds. You know what I'm saying? He said, but 10 pounds for a guy as big as Ryan is nothing. And you got 30 hours to gain weight to rehydrate yourself after making weight.
Ryan's case, he had to weigh in again Saturday morning, correct?
Yes, but only 10 pounds. He only was able to gain 10 pounds.
Which is nothing, right?
That's nothing, especially for a big guy like him. Like me, like I said, at the least, I'm gonna gain 20 pounds.
Now, what he's failing to tell these people, because they're not really boxers like that, is he had to weigh in again, and he only could weigh in 10 pounds over the 136, I believe. It was 1 pound that they said that they're going to be weighing in at. It wasn't a 135-pound fight. It was a 136-pound fight. So he could only gain 10 pounds the morning of the fight. There was no stipulation on how much he can weigh when he got in the ring. Nobody's talking about that part. And I don't even want to even bring up that fight or Tank, but this is what they're talking about. And this is when truth came out because they were hating on Tank. This is when the truth came out. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, this dude, nobody really talk. Okay, he had to rehydrate to 10 pounds, but y'all are acting like he was in the ring 146. He was not 146 in the ring. He didn't gain 10 pounds, weigh in, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. You made the 10-pound mark and then didn't eat nothing, didn't gain nothing. Yeah, he continued to gain weight after that. Like, people don't want to talk about that part.
I definitely think he shouldn't have agreed to it.
Because Tank is smaller than him, so he's not going to put on as much, right?
Exactly.
And that works both ways. So why would Tank not have a certain type of clause on the fight? And just like I said, he wasn't in that bitch fighting somebody that was 10 pounds over 135. He wasn't 145, 146 in that ring. No, Ryan was not. He wasn't. I'm sorry to he looked so skinny. Sorry, but he can probably be honest enough to tell you that. Like, dog, I weighed in at 136 and then I weighed in 10 pounds over that. Like, no, I wasn't 10 pounds over that in the ring. I was a lot heavier than that. Okay, then bet. That's what it was. Y'all know what it is. He's saying that's nothing. That would be 20 pounds over.
So I am not asking you if you think that the outcome would have been different. What I'm asking is, do you think you can only speak for yourself,
Yeah.
would that have an effect on your performance?
100%. 100%.
Got you.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Like I said, I couldn't do it. I would be too weak.
You weigh in the day
what I'm
before,
saying?
around what time?
Weighs normally 1 o'clock.
So say
You understand what I'm saying, yo? Stuff like that matters to me, man. Hold up. In fact, I was supposed to stay there. Hold on.
What did you think about like the rehydration clause that Ryan accepted?
Yeah, I think that was crazy. Me personally, I wouldn't have signed up for that.
From a pro, explain them what that actually means.
So like every fight, we cut 20, 30 pounds every fight. But some people go lose their weight in the sauna. Some people lose their weight in a hot bath, sit in a hot bath. Some people lose their weight working out. Me personally, I don't like the sauna suit. I don't like the hot bath, the sauna, none of that. It's not healthy for you for one. And for two, I just don't like the way that it makes me feel. I'd rather go run on the treadmill for an hour And
They're sitting there.
my fight weight is at 135.
Yeah, I don't work out, bro.
So everybody weigh in. We all got to weigh in at a certain limit. Like I said, 135. After the weigh-in, the day before the fight, we can go up to however much weight we decide.
And what's a typical 10,
15 pounds?
15?
Yeah, I don't work out, bro.
He said typical is 15 pounds coming out of Devin Haney's mouth, and this is when he was weighing 135. This is like probably his last fight, right before he was about to move up or something like that.
What did you think about like the rehydration clause that Ryan accepted?
Yeah, I think that was crazy. Me personally, I wouldn't have signed up for that.
From a pro, explain to what that actually means.
So like every fight, we cut 20, 30 pounds.
And I said that shit years ago, man. Fighters cut weight like a mofo. And it's already been proven scientifically by coaches, by strength and conditioning coaches, by everybody, bruh. They said it takes 2 weeks for you to be 100 after you cut that much weight. So these fighters that's cutting that much weight, that far away from their weight class, they're not 100 in the ring. But when somebody's close to their weight class and they continue to stay close to that weight throughout the year, you feel me? And they fight at that smaller weight class, they have an advantage over their opponent.
Pounds every fight, but some people go lose their weight in the sauna. Some people lose their weight in a hot bath, sit in a hot bath. Some people lose their weight working out. Me personally, I don't like the sauna suit. I don't like the hot bath, the sauna, none of that. That it's not healthy for you for one, and for two, I just don't like the way that it makes me feel. I'd rather go run on the treadmill for an hour and
they're sitting there.
My fight weight is at 135.
Yeah, I don't work out, bro.
So everybody weigh in. We all got to weigh in at a certain limit. Like I said, 135. After the weigh-in,
I'm glad they kept putting that he don't work out. I don't work out, bro. I don't know why they kept having him say that. Salute to Barbara D in the Cash App. Definitely appreciate you in the Cash App. She said happy belated birthday. Thank you very much. This is my birthday week. I had fun, just chilling, maxing and relaxing. You understand me? Oh my goodness. I had a good time doing it. I'm caught up on my sleep and everything. I'm good. I'm ready to go back to work. I'm ready to go back to work, Queen. Hold up. I have another one. Matter of fact, was I supposed to stay there? I'm tripping. Hold on.
Realistic now is that Nick, like that ship is sailed, like it's over. Now that he's at 147, that's 2 weight classes above you. Do you ever feel like that's realistic now? Or is that Nick, like that ship is sailed, like it's over?
Nah, that shit seems about over right now. If he at 47, I'm natural 35. Like I'm comfortable at 35. If we was to fight, it could be at 40, but I mean, I will fight at 40, but I ain't fighting at no damn 47. So
yeah, because he said once I go to 47, it's over for 40. That's it. So it's over. That ship sailed.
yeah, that shit it must have sailed if he ain't come back down to 40.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Rehydration clause to get that type fight.
yeah, I mean, truthfully, I wouldn't, and I couldn't, do the rehydration clause. At the end of the day, I'm the man with the belts. I'm the man with the hardware. If it was a rehydration clause, then it would be something that I wouldn't do.
The rehydration clause to get that type fight.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, I wouldn't, and I couldn't, do the rehydration clause. At the end of the day, I'm the man with the belts. I'm the man with the hardware. If it was a rehydration clause, then it would be something that I wouldn't do.
So this is something he's been saying for a while, though. He's been saying that he's not gonna fight. With a rehydration clause. He's been saying this for a minute. Hold up. I think it was another video. I'm trying to find it. If not, screw it. Now get on with it. You hear me? Get on with it. All right. Thank you. Definitely appreciate you, Powerhouse Watson. All right, listen. The problem with these fighters is, well, matter of fact, I'm not even going to start. Let me just say this. For years, it's been years that I've been saying this about Shakur. When he started at 126, he looked great. He was fearless. You understand me? He fought totally different than he fights today. Like the closest I've seen him fighting that 126 in that style is when he fought Padley. When he fought Padley, the electrician that don't be in the gym, that don't be working out like that because he's an electrician full time. And he took that fight on freaking 3 days notice or something like that, or less than that. He took that fight on a couple days, bro. He took that fight on hours notice. He came in and he fought Shakur Stevenson, and it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Like after that fight, Padley was like, I'm about to be a boxer full time. Like I could do this. Bruh. That's when he was getting with Padley, like that's the type of fight, like that's the type of fighting and combinations and shit. Like that's how he used to fight when he was at 126. It was good, it was exciting. You know what I mean? When he moved up to 130, he was doing a lot more of that, but just a lot more defensive stuff. You know what I mean? Maybe this is what I'm thinking, that he's probably hurt his hands at when he was at 130. You feel me? Just never said anything. But I always knew that he had more potential than what he's putting out. That's my problem. Like a lot of people have different problems with Shakur Stevenson. My issue is that the man is better than what he's putting on, and he's saying these things and putting out these talking narratives and stuff like that, and shooting down good fights and stuff like that because he don't want to have to work harder than what he already has for it. He thinks that he can continue to coast and get paid. Why not? And I understand it. And he already admitted, like, in so many ways that he'd rather just get paid. And this is everybody's nature. Y'all want to get paid for nothing. That's like people that get a job. Y'all want to go to work, actually absolutely do absolutely shit. Like you ain't doing nothing. You just want to get paid. That's basically what the boxing is, a lifestyle. They're doing a lot. I'm not saying he ain't doing nothing because the man got to stay in shape. You got to do a lot. You got to make weight. He's doing all of that. But the fighting part, you feel me? Like, if he can just fight and don't take no bumps and no marks on his face and go home paid to his family with no marks on his face, those was his words. That's what he wants to do. And that's what I see. Like, the man is good enough to do what he's doing without even putting out 100%. Like, that's why people want you to move up. Because they see people smaller than you did it. And I'm not saying like a lot of small people be moving up to 147 and all of that. And we would have never put Shakur to 147 if he didn't say it. Like, he said this shit. Why after your biggest fight, after the most people ever watched Shakur fight is when he fought Teofimo Lopez. And the person you called out was Conor Benn. Conor Benn last fight wasn't even at 147. That bitch was at 160. So what are you telling the people that's watching you that's really not diehard fans or really not listening to every interview you put out? You're telling them that you can move up and fight whoever, especially when it comes to these channels that don't really know boxing there, or they're not boxing channels, one or the other. And you go in there and you say, man, I can fight King Khan. I sparred Usyk. I ain't feel no power. When you say all of this stuff, this outlandish shit, regardless if it's true or not, you're telling the casual fans that anybody can get it. And you want the smoke from anybody, and size don't matter. You get on those panels and you blow it off at the whistles, bro. You be blowing them. When it comes to motherfucking fight hype and all these the mainstream joints that, you know, people gonna be watching, you don't say that shit. You say other shit. That's the problem. That's the problem, bro. That's what it is. Shakur do too much double talking. He said he would fight Conor Benn at 154. Now he won't fight Devin at 147. Tiz Frank in the building. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you coming through. He said he fought like that against Jamel too. I looked real confident in that. Yeah, and he said, and people was getting on him on why he got that ass whooping he gave Jamel on his background or some shit on social media. He was like, because I really did what I wanted to do with Jamel. And that was the guy that y'all trained in the same gym and all that, blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, please, man. Jamel Herring ain't nothing. And the person that he trying to fight now lost to Jamel Herring. Lamont Roach. Like, it's just, I know styles make fights, but no. Like, no, absolutely not. Leave the nail right on the head. That's it's salute to Trill Hill in the building. What's good with you, Thrill Hill? What's popping with you? Salute, Mike. What's good? What is good? Salute to everybody that came in the building. My problem is Shakur feels he can disrespect legends while doing bare minimum and disrespects Pacquiao. He disrespects SRR. He disrespects Ali, but he ain't cut like them at all. He half-stepping. That's a fact, Powerhouse. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem, bro. You doing all of that talking. You got criticism for everybody, but people can't criticize you. You understand what I'm saying? When it comes to a lot of things that he said, he knew was going to rub people the wrong way, and he still said it. So, all right, accept what people have to say back against you. If not, then I'm telling you, you're not going to win against the internet. You're going to be the male Carissa Shields out this bitch. But he know what it is. Like, bruh, we're going to get into these interviews. And not interviews, but we're going to get into these the things that's been said. I'm going to play these videos and we're going to get into it. But this whole thing with Shakur and Devin Haney, man, I said years ago they're not going to fight each other until they get to 140 or 147. Being that they were at separate weight class, because that was the time that I thought that they were going to be in the same weight class at 140 or 147. Being that Shakur is sticking to the I'm small and I'm not going to no. And Devin is constantly moving up in weight and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The ship has sailed for the fight. All this now is just, they just have it. They're just making people look in one direction so they can do something in a totally different direction. That's all I see right now. To both of them. Shakur don't know what he's going to do. Fuck that. Yes, he does. He know what he's going to do. He got so many options. We just can't choose shit. We just waiting on him to say something, but he know what he's going to do. He knows what he's going to do. All these people calling him out and wanting to fight him and stuff, bro. He knows exactly what fight he wants next. He just don't want to be criticized for it. He's going to make up his mind regardless. He's going to do it regardless, just like always. He's just not trying to hear nobody's mouth about it. Nobody knows what weight class he's going to be at, who he fighting next, and none of that shit. It seems like he's going to be moving down to 130 or 140. Who knows what the fight going to be at, but it seems like his next opponent might be O'Shaquie Foster. But the problem is you got to tiptoe around what weight class you want it to be at, because then the whole conversation with 147 being too big, cool. I got you. It's too big. But 140 ain't too big. It's not. No, it's not. And it's fighters that want to fight you at 140 that you refuse to fight at 140. But you'll fight somebody that hasn't fought at that weight class before at 140. It just makes you look more of what people call a clown, an opportunist, a scared ass, whatever. Like, people be calling you these names because of that. It's not because of your fighting ability. It's not because you're defensively sound. It's not because you don't want to get hit. Nah. It's because of that shit. You always want the advantage, but you're the best. That's the problem. That's always been the problem. That's what I was saying about Devin. He shouldn't need all of this help from y'all on his YouTube channels if he's really the best. It's certain things that you shouldn't even be saying, shouldn't be in your vocabulary. You should just be talking about how you're the best. If somebody was filthy rich, I don't have to talk about other people or put nobody down. All I need to talk about is how much money I got, right? Like, what difference is it? What's the difference? Like, y'all act like this happened in other sports. It doesn't, nigga. I understand this is a one-on-one type of ring type of shit. Like, you one-on-one type of sport, and other sports like boxing, like basketball and football and others, it's a team sport. But you don't hear people going, like those athletes going at each other the way fighters be doing just to make themselves look good. No, they just put in the work and go get tape or turn on the camera and shoot some layups or whatever. They do drills. I'm just saying, everybody talks about everybody. My point is, when it comes to fighters and other sports, they don't have to talk bad about another team or another player to make themselves look good. This is the only boxing type of thing. Only boxers do this bullshit. Like, is it that serious? Even in UFC, they would just talk about how much they would whoop somebody's ass. They don't have to make them try to look bad. That's two totally different things. Me saying I'm gonna whoop your ass over and over again and telling you how I'm gonna whoop your ass is totally different than me talking about your background, where you from, your girlfriend, your kids, where you grew up at. It's totally different. Do you understand? Do you understand me? It's totally different. These fighters, bruh, it's a lot of nitpicking going on, and it's being allowed from the fans. And this is why the sport is fucked up from the fans. I've been saying this for years, made a video about it and everything. A lot of people, I've been saying this too. I don't listen to the fans, I listen to the fighters. But when you listen to the fighters, don't act like they don't lie too, because they do. You have to know what's going on, bro. You have to know the rules of the sport. You have to know when people are lying. You have to listen between the lines. You have to just ask yourself, if I really wanted to fight and somebody asked me that question that way, would that be my answer? Would I use those words? Just ask yourself that. It's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. All these fighters know negotiations and things happen behind the scenes, and it's contracts, term sheets, this, that, and the third. It's so much stuff that need to be happening. A lot of this talk is just for us. It's just for the fans. It's just for casuals. So a lot of things that's being said don't really need to be said. A lot of time, anytime when somebody say, did you send the contract? They're full of shit. I'm just being real. They're full of shit. Contracts don't get sent until like the week of the fight. They're not using the right terminology on purpose. It's just for the fans. A lot of people need to wake up. For real. Actually, matter of fact, don't take it from Ashley's Corner. The next time y'all have an interview with these fighters or managers, ask them, when do they actually receive the contract? When do you actually receive the contract? They're not going to say before the fight gets announced. They're not going to say that. The male Carissa, as in the male GOAT, then Ashley, hell nah. Is she the goofiest woman of all times? And it seems like a lot of people are catching on to Shakur being the same thing. To be great, you got to show it, man. You got to actually want to be in that weight class where other people are making the same weight as you, right? I look like I'm... But he can say he's smaller all he want at 140. But guess who weighs in the same amount as he do, and they campaign at that weight class? Gary Antoine Russell. Gary Antoine Russell. Salute to Phenom Boxing in the building. What is good? What you can definitely appreciate you coming through today. But the male, no, I'm just saying, like, if to be the GOAT, you got to be doing. And I'm not even, I said this a long time ago about Carissa, and I don't want to go on her or nothing, but I meant the things that I said when she talked about her being wanting to fight a male. I took the gloves off, and I stopped being nice when I talked about that. And it's to keep it real. You only did what you did in like what, less than 10 fights. You not to go to shit if that's all you had to work through. The people she compared herself through had to do 10 times more work than her. That's just the honest truth. I don't care about the Olympics. That's over. But if you go back to the Olympics, you'll be stepping backwards, in my opinion. You're a professional fighter, which she has talked about going back to the 2028 Olympics to to defend her two Olympic titles, gold titles, right? I mean, gold belt, medals or whatever. But at the same time, no, like, you haven't like, you comparing yourself to athletes like Serena Williams and stuff. You know how many people she had to play against to get that position where she's at? Do you know how many people Carissa had to fight as a professional to get in her position? That's why it's not even, it's fruits and vegetables, bro. It's not even apples and oranges. They're both not even fruits. You tell me I had to fight 10 people to get in that position, or I had to play tennis against how many women? 100 or something like that. Like, come on, bro. It's just not the same. It's just not. It's just not. Like, just like you comparing yourself, women comparing themselves to men in boxing, bro. Not unless you like a man of Serrano with 30-some fights, and you comparing yourself to a man with 30-some fights. You can't compare accolades from women to men because they got to do this much fucking work. And it's not possible for a man to do this much work and get accolades, especially as much as she got by doing this much work. So absolutely not. Absolutely not. Shakur waiting on them. Edward versus the winner. Salute to you, Roger. What is good with you? He bet not, D. Bet not. I think Top Rank about to put Foster against Navarrete. Hold on, let me turn on my fan. It's hot. I don't want to take off my sweater because I'm gonna get cold. It's weird like that sometimes. Okay. Our air conditioner might be too loud, so but okay. I think, man, if and I may be wrong, but if Lomachenko come back at 130, and if he's planning on fighting Navarrete for them 2 titles, I already said his next fight should be Foster and nobody else, since he's always trying to get undisputed and never got it. But if this fight's going to happen, I got Foster beating Navarrete up because he's too slow. I don't care how many angles but he too slow for Foster. And if Foster had them titles, then he would have 3 or whatever. I guarantee you Lomachenko won't fight Navarrete and he'll fight Foster if that's the case. Leonard and Hearns fought at 47 and 54. Some of these dudes in names in comparison. Yeah, they compare themselves a lot. That's the problem. You compare yourself a lot. You compare yourself a lot to other fighters, and you use other fighters as an excuse for you not to do something that fans want you to do, or old media wants you to do, or something that you should be doing regardless, just because you claim to be XYZ. Like, right? That's seems like it makes sense to me. You feel me? He ain't want to fight Matias at 140 or Devin at 140. He waited until Devin left 140 to move up. But then you fought one of the smallest fighters, which is Tio, and actually the least skilled fighters, in my opinion. Not the least skilled. He's the least skilled champion. Out of the people that won at 140 that had titles, being that he know who Tio is, and Tio ain't really a big guy, and Tio really is lacking in a lot of spots when it comes to boxing ability, and you've seen it because he beat him with a jab. Bruh beat him with feints, to be real. He beat him with feints and a jab, to be real. So regardless of what people thought about Tio, he looked like this, he looked like that, people really got to understand fighters really have bad days. They have bad weight cuts. They have bad training camps. They have bad day of things they're going through mentally and this, that, and the third. Tio had a good one when he beat Josh Taylor. That's it. I knew he was going to beat Lomo because of size. That's it. And Lomo seems like he really went through surgery after that fight and came back and did some shit. So we never know why fighters really look good when they fight certain people, but he's not an undefeated fighter, and he lost to Kambosos. Look at the Kambosos, bro. Kambosos never looked spectacular in any fight he ever fought in, and got dusted after it more than once, more than twice. Got dusted more than 4 times after he dropped and beat Tio. He got dusted more than 4 times. So, what I'm saying is Shakur Stevenson can talk like he's small. You could talk like you're small, but you weigh 138. It's a man that campaigned weighing in faithfully at 138. I remember he came in at 136 once just to prove a point that he can make 135. So he's campaigning at this is what I'm trying to say, yo. And this is why I'm mad Tim Bradley deleted that video, because it was something that he said, and it's the way he said it. I just can't remember how he said it. But I'm telling you, man, if somebody's claiming to be the best in the sport and they want to be the face of boxing, want to be pound for pound number one, saying they're the best in the sport forever, been saying they're better than all types of fighters, how is somebody your size that's coming in weighing the same amount as you, or I wouldn't say that Gary Antoine Russell is a lot bigger than Shakur. They're around the same size. You feel me? How can he campaign at that weight? He started his career there. You understand me? Like, if there was ever any fear, can it be there? How come somebody, y'all the same weight, same everything, and he start his career at 140? And you start yours at 126? I understand Shakur Stevenson used to be a smaller fellow, but so was Gary Russell. It's the same thing I say about Abdullah Mason, is a really big guy that get naked every time he fights. It's the first time I seen him make weight, it was for the title. Like, bro, he gets naked every time he fought the first 10 fights, and he never made one. He would get naked and make 138, 137, 136. He never got naked and made 135. I was like, yo, you big as shit, yo. I was saying, I bet Tiger could do that. I bet you Tiger could have squoze down to 135 and got naked every fight. Like, that's why I was like, yeah, I say prospect of the year isn't Mason. I give it to Tiger. And it was strictly because of that. I would have gave it to Mason if he could have actually made the 135. Let me see you actually make the weight. But he didn't. First, 10, 15 fights, some shit like that? First 10, 12 fight? Nah, I give it to Tiger, though, because Tiger had more guts and to come in at 140. No disrespect. I love Abdullah Mason, but I'm making a point here. I'm making a point. Salute to you, Thomas Hill in the building. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate y'all coming in the building. Got all the kings and queens in the building. What is good with you, Mark? What is popping? It's been a little minute. Shakur and Keyshawn clout chase a lot. That's a fact, lad. Labnificent. That's a fact. And I have to say you're right about that, because Keyshawn know he can't make 135, but he be in Mason's face like he can make 135. And then he admitted that his last fight on the mic, like, bro, I don't like making weight, as y'all see, man. I can't do the weight. I just like fighting. Bro, that's the hard part about boxing. That's the discipline part. You can't do discipline. You can just fight. That's all y'all. That's why y'all pro fighters, because you can fight. Nah, bro, I'm gonna need you to do what everybody else do. The magnificent, or what the fuck you call yourself, the businessman. Nah, I'm gonna need you to be about that business. I want to see Dev versus Keyshawn. Dev become undisputed at 147. Ryan, Rolly, and Catterall. See, Devin don't want that. That's the problem. And that's a whole nother topic I haven't gotten into yet. Devin don't want that. Devin don't even want to undisputed. Devin, who at 147 has Devin even called out? Devin don't even talk about people at 147. Devin really only talked about the people he's been growing up with, trying to get a fight with since he's been professional. And now it's been freaking damn near 10 years, all of y'all in the same weight class, and he don't even want to fight Rolly. Act like he don't want the rematch versus Ryan. And both of them got a title at 147. Make it make sense. These people ain't who they claim to be or who people were saying they was all of this time. It's bullshit. I can't fully understand why people follow the sport and understand that and can't see the chicoonery. Yeah, we'll put falsies. Yo, upon the people in the movement. Yo, exactly. Salute, Mike Ron. What is popping with you? A lot of things are said for publicity, and to sell tickets. That's a fact. It gotta be. That gotta be the reason, right? Not even close to Serena. I'm saying, though, salute to Cash Crypto in the building. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you coming in the build on. She isn't anywhere near Maria. Yo, she's not, or Venus. Let alone Serena. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a big difference in between what she doing and what other fighters is doing. I mean, what other athletes are doing. Thank you. Definitely appreciate you. Definitely appreciate that. Sue to you, Michelle. What is good with you? Hold on, where I'm at. Navarrete versus Foster is the fight to make. I would like to see it, but I think Navarrete is just ain't no way he gonna be able to get away from Foster's jab, and Foster too smart to get hit with that low from your ankles, from behind the kneecap uppercut that he be throwing, like launching forward, bruh. Nah. They study tape and come up with a game plan A, B, and C. He can wash Navarrete, in my opinion. They do it right. You feel me? If they do it right. Salute to Boxing and Barbecue. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you coming through. Devin only wants easy, undisputed. See, we talk about Devin right now, man. Like, it ain't nothing. There ain't nothing to it, but Devin Haney don't want no smoke. And this is the crazy stuff is that I'm so tired of one person losing versus another fighter. And they acting like, oh, well, she told you this person can't mess with me in the fights. Like, bruh, y'all fighters know more than fans know that styles make fights. They know this. People be, I'm saying, just think, if you were the fighter, would you answer like this? Would you do what these fighters are doing? Would you move like this? You understand me? Like I said the last live, a lot of great fighters that want to challenge themselves or prove that they're the best, because they keep talking. If you keep talking and letting people know I'm you got something to prove, baby. Or else everybody will already know. And you wouldn't have to keep saying it the way you're saying it. You got something to prove. Like all of that talking and shit, like, come on now. You got something to prove. So why not prove it? Why not just prove it instead of doing all this back talking, instead of acting like you're not? You don't have to do this, that, and the third because one fighter lost. I think he recently tweeted that Boots said that Karen can beat me. He was trolling him because Karen just lost to somebody. Like I said, and these fighters know. They got bad weight cuts. They have bad training sometimes as things go on, and they have bad days in the ring. They know this. They fighters. They know styles make fights. They fighters. Ask yourself, would you say that? If you really was a fighter, would you say that? Would you even say it? Just because he lost to him don't mean you can beat him. And you haven't called out nobody that's at 147. It's like you don't see nobody at the weight class. If that's the case, why don't you move up? Like, if that's to any fighter that's saying no challenge at their weight class, if you're not trying to sweep the champions and fight the champions, move up. What are we doing? What are we talking about? If it ain't no challenge, bro, all right, fight the champions. But Rolly is a champion that he don't want to fight. Ryan is a champion that he don't want to fight. They're not going to give him that Cracker fight or whoever. They're not going to give him that. The UK got their hands on that title. He's going to get a UK fighter in there or something like that. It ain't going to be Devin. It's not going to be Devin. And he know it. So why don't you call out the people at 147? And he can't because the other two champions want to fight him and he don't want to fight them. So the only person that's really doing any talking right now is Bill. Like I said, Bill do the talking because Devin don't want to put his stamp on the stuff that Bill is saying. But somebody need to talk for Devin at the time when there ain't shit to talk about. Or at the time when he's looking bad and he don't want to talk about Rolly or Ryan. The two R's. The Rolls Royce at 147 is fucking him up right now. He don't want to talk about neither one of them. Up or below, no current champions at his division. And remember, it's both champions are hallmarks. We're going to undisputed each and every division. Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. And that's the crazy thing. A lot of people's favorite fighters, they said that's better than the people that don't like titles. They don't like to. These people, how did you start fighting? And this ain't necessarily for Devin, because Devin always had money. But a lot of fighters act like they was broke and they start fighting for titles. And then at the end of their career or in the middle of their career, when they rich and got money, now they only want to fight for money. It's weird. When it comes to Devin started his career only wanting titles. And now that he got titles, all he wants is money. But the kicker is the flip. This is the flip when it comes to him. He was always too big for the weight class he started in. He was always too big for 135. Always. He scrolls down to that weight class. It was easy for him to do in the beginning because he wasn't really big. He wasn't a big guy. He was doing what average fighters do. It's normal for fighters to go to, just like he said, to cut about 20 pounds and whatever and weigh in. So he was at 135. He was there for a very long time, and that's where he got everything. All the respect that Devin Haney gets is from a weight class that he was too big in, that he was fighting smaller fighters in. When you look at the people that he fought at that weight class that was around his size, he didn't look spectacular. He didn't look like he was anything special. The guy that he fought after he was given that WBC title, and he fought somebody named Santiago or whatever, he had like red or purple hair, fuchsia hair or something like that. Bruh fought the whole fight with his hands down. It went 12 rounds. I think Devin dropped him because he was fighting with his hands down the whole time, but he didn't do nothing spectacular. Even the guy that he so-called knocked out, and he threw his shoulder out when he knocked him out because he threw a haymaker punch incorrectly, and he knocked the dude out. But I seen that shit in slow motion a bunch of times, and because somebody had it part of their intro, and the boy was looking in Devin's eyes when he was throwing the punch. So the dude that got knocked out was total ass when he fought Devin. Nowadays, that same guy is a way better fighter than he is today. You see him, that same guy, I believe, fought Andy Cruz, totally different fighter when he fought Andy Cruz down the line. So it's different. It all depends. You know what I'm saying? Why Bill don't talk about get back with Ryan? He's calling everybody name except Ryan. He even said Xander Zayas' name. Those PEDs wasn't the reason Devin couldn't block the You know why he doesn't talk about it, yo? He don't talk about it because Devin is a changed fighter. I'm not going to say Ryan did it, but Devin don't care about a lot of things that he used to care about when he was at 135. When he moved up to 140, he fought Regis Prograis, and then what? Let me see something real quick. Because you got me thinking. Y'all got me thinking something right quick. Hold on. Let me bring up Devin Haney box right quick. All right. After he fought Regis Prograis, he fought Lomachenko in 2023. That same year, he fought Regis Prograis. Told you, everybody was like, are you moving up or are you standing? Are you standing or moving up? Who are you fighting? Well, Regis was not in the conversation at all. It just popped up, and we seen a billboard that he already had a fight date and scheduled fight arena and everything for Regis. That's what happened. After that is when he fought Ryan Garcia. He fought Ryan Garcia 4 months after fighting Regis Prograis. You hear me? Maybe I'm wrong, and Ryan do got a lot to do with it, because Devin was an undisputed, I'm trying to get all the titles type of fighter. I took a slave contract to get the Kambosos fight. I took this, that, and the third, and to get the Lomachenko fight. Okay? You enjoyed that undisputed after beating. You enjoyed undisputed for a little while after beating Kambosos. It was what? 7 months after that, you fought Lomachenko. You fought Kambosos twice. The second time you fought him, 7 months after that, you fought Lomachenko. You was on the top of the world after they claimed you was the winner. You had Shakur breathing down your neck. You had Tank Davis wanting to fight you and made it known that he wanted to fight you next after Lomachenko. You didn't answer no questions about if you were staying at 135 or moving up, you was going to fight next. None of that. You didn't answer shit. Bill didn't answer shit. And then the next thing we know, we seen a billboard with your face next to Regis Prograis, and you was moving up to 140 and immediately telling everybody that would listen, you can't make 135. Even though you could have just said that this was your last fight at the weight class, you wanted to be in the talks. Like a lot of this shit, a lot of the lies and the gaslighting is because it leaves these fighters relevant. People gonna keep talking because it doesn't make any sense. Oh, it doesn't make any sense. They said this at one point. That's a lot. It's a lot of the reason why Shakur be talking out both sides of his ass cheeks, because he knows if he keeps doing this shit, people gonna keep talking about it, and it works. It works. But after he fought Regis in December, he fought Ryan 420. Everything changed after that. Everything changed after that. A year went by, then he fought Jose Ramirez. That's what it said. He fought Ramirez. And then he fought Brian Norman Jr. That's it. And he fought them in the same year last year. That's it. Devin haven't had a fight this year. Salute to the butcher. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you coming through. They push for the winner of that fight and make it, especially if it's Boots. I won't have ish to say about Dev, even though most of his moves have been calculated and based off smoke detection. And that's why the second part of my title says Devin, Debo, or strategic. Because you can't be both. Debo wasn't strategic. Debo just did whatever he wanted to do when he wanted to do it in broad daylight. He did whatever he wanted to do. He grabbed on your pockets. Debo wasn't strategic. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, yo. Gotta be real. We gotta be real. Man, if anybody that fights Boots is a real one. But are you gonna fight him? And if you fight him, are you gonna try to look for a way for him to be lethargic? Are you gonna fight him at his weight class? You know what I'm saying? That's the real question. Queen, look at Devin versus Cambosa's weigh-in. Devin almost died making that. Well, yeah, his face was terrible. That's why everybody was like, are you moving up? He didn't say he was going to move up. Fans were saying it because of how the man looked. Just Crypto, tell me how I'm a real hater. Let me know. Let me know how I'm a real hater. Because you don't know me. And I can talk real reckless. But I'm not. And people that know me know I'm not right now. I'm not talking reckless. I'm talking the truth. It's true. It's true. Definitely is. Boo Boo Andre comeback July 24th is better than anyone fight announced. What? He coming back, Slick Swerve? Who he coming back to fight? Did they announce it? Bill got Devin going after the bag. Yeah, he going after the bag. But they got bread. That's what, and I said this before, yo. These fighters, y'all making millions of dollars and bragging about that you getting that bread, get more money than another fighter, or you talking about, oh, this fight purse isn't enough because I make a certain amount of money. We know you got money. Why you be acting broke sometimes, bro? Y'all be like, it's not enough millions on the table. It's just like the basketball players when they had the lockout. Bro, if y'all don't play basketball with y'all rich asses, the fuck? Bruh, y'all rich as shit. Stop acting like the bag is stopping the fight, bro. But certain fighters, like I said, great fighters, they see a fighter that's good, and they want to challenge themselves against them. Especially if you got old media fans saying that, oh, this fighter's better than him. Oh, this fighter's better. Those types, and this is the old school fighters that just not here no more. They would immediately be like, I want to fight him. I remember when Tank was like, he wanted to stop fighting. He said, yo, only thing I might come back from somebody, if they real crazy, somebody come back looking crazy, I might come back for that. Yeah, because you would want to challenge yourself against the best. These fighters today, when they see fighters that's the best, they either make friends with them or they'll have an excuse not to fight him. Yeah, he's good, but did he do anything yet? Put some skin in the sport? Did he get a title? Did he do this? Did he do that? Oh, he hasn't even made $1 million yet. They're like, bruh, who cares? Who cares? And you can't tell me a lot of these fighters, somebody just hit them upside the head with some facts one day, with some common sense. Like, yeah, the belts don't matter. I don't need the belts. Yeah, why am I paying these fees? Nigga, y'all been knew that shit. You wanted it for a certain reason to get where you are in the sport. You never liked it. You just gave it its respect and kept quiet because you needed it. Got to keep it real. Got to keep it real. It does hurt because he didn't say shit else. Stop using them as in bots. Yeah, bro. It's no need for that, though. For real. Would you take guaranteed money or wait on pay-per-view numbers? It all depends. It all depends. It all depends on the situation. Both sounds good. It seems like guaranteed money is the reason why Devin didn't take the Rolly fight, right? He said there wasn't no guaranteed money for him. That's why he didn't take the fight. And I think there was a time that versus another fighter, he didn't take the fight because he was waiting on something. Like a lot of times, these fighters don't be taking fights for any type of reason. But you saying would he take guaranteed money or wait on pay-per-view numbers? Man, screw numbers. I hate even pocket watching, man. I don't even like it. Salute to Mike Biggs, boxing in the building. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you coming to the building. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Keyshawn, bro. Hold on. I want to make sure I don't miss nothing. Not fine. I'm so disappointed that Tim Bradley took that damn video down, though. Where is it at? Whatever. Keyshawn's number one, though, for Devin's belt. He's Devin's mandatory. Devin is acting like he wants to fight. Bill's acting like he wants to fight. Turkey and Zupa giving money away. That's what I heard. That's what I heard, Butcher. Already. Still to Michael Watson. Definitely appreciate you coming to the building. He said, I just stubbed on your channel and already like your stance and opinion on this. I'll be here from now on. Definitely appreciate you, Michael. Definitely appreciate you. Hope you like the show. Keyshawn's number one for Devin's mandatory belt. Now, Devin should have knew this was possible, and Bill, because this is a move that they pull. They usually jump a weight class and be number one, or they'll jump a weight class and get a title fight, which is granted to them because they already have a title at a smaller weight class. So Keyshawn Davis, being though he was the title holder or whatever, he moved up and now he's the mandatory for Devin's title. And I don't see no problem with it because a lot of fighters do this stuff. Like people, you could call it favoritism, but that's just how the sport runs. People been doing this forever. A lot of people jump weight classes because fighters want to, companies, they want to make money too. Promotional companies, managers want to make money too. And the biggest fights with the biggest money is always going to be the best outcome. You feel me? So I like the fight. You feel me? It's a lot of stuff going around about how the fight's going to happen. I will play that video. I really don't want to talk that much on Keyshawn and Devin and Shakur and signing to Zuffa and Keyshawn being in the middle of that until I play that video for real, for real. Now, Lomachenko is supposed to be fighting Charlie Suarez, not Navarrete. That's what I heard recently. Charlie Suarez I think somebody that Navarrete fought in the fight was a no contest because of what they thought was a clash of heads. And I believe Navarrete had a nasty cut and they stopped the fight because of it. And it was a no contest. I think they rewatched tape and slowed it down and realized that the cut actually came from a punch from Charlie and not a headbutt. So now Lomachenko don't want to fight Navarrete and he want to fight Charlie Suarez. I believe he's an undefeated fighter. If he has a loss, it's probably one. You feel me? He's shorter around. He's more of Lomachenko's speed, in my opinion. But still, Lomachenko would have dusted Navarrete because of his footwork and his boxing IQ. But this fight with Charlie would probably be more interesting than the fight would be with Navarrete, and that's just my honest opinion. Ejik Caballero finally getting what he want. I posted it on my channel, I believe, right when I heard it. It was days ago. It's ordered from the WBC is ordering Usyk to fight Ejik Caballero at heavyweight. Man, I've been wanting Usyk to fight Ejik Caballero for a minute. Since he fought Big Bang Zane and stopped him with them body punches was so shocking to me. I knew he was nice and a vicious body puncher, but the way he did my man Big Bang Zane, you hear me? The way he did my man Big Bang Zane made me feel bad for Chinese power. You hear me? I was like, give that man a title shot. Y'all keep rotating Daniel Dubois and shit like that. Give that man a damn title shot, bro. And stop trying to get Joseph Parker in there. Give that man a title shot, bro. Give him somebody that's worth having. He finally getting his title shot. If Usyk fight him instead of, I heard he was going to drop his shit and move down the cruiserweight. That's what I heard. And this is why people are talking about David Benavidez fighting Usyk, because they think he's going to move down the cruiserweight. If he does that, bro, you're going to look scary to me. That's just me. Because Usyk, we know you don't like them body punches. And we know out of the heavyweight class, Ejik Caballero is the machine when it comes to body punches. The proposed match, it makes both fighters look good, knowing they each ain't trying to fight each other and ain't really trying to fight champions at each other's division. Oh, that fight? Yeah. That fight. And that's the same, bring me back to us. See, I'm jumping all over the place. Brings me back to Devin saying that he basically shouldn't have to, and people shouldn't ask for him to fight Karen because Karen just lost. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that. Styles make fights, bro. You don't fight nothing like the dude that beat him, that beat Karen. You don't fight like him. And Karen didn't fight like himself, like he had a bad camp or something. He didn't look like the same Karen that I seen fight Boots twice in two different styles. That didn't look like the same dude. We need to see how he look like against you. You act like you ain't did this before. Didn't Tank fight Gamboa and then you turn around and fight Gamboa? Stop acting like you ain't did it before. You did it before. You can fight the person that Boots had a problem with. And isn't this what y'all do? Usually when a fighter don't want to fight the person that fans want them to fight, they fight the opponent that said fighter that fans want them to fight, the person that he had problems with. And the only person that you can say that Boots had any problem with was Karen, is because he fought him twice on purpose because he felt a certain type of way about his first fight. The only person you can say, if you are, I'm better than Boots, if you want to prove it without fighting him, you got to fight Karen, right? Isn't this what a lot of fighters used to be doing? But it's all it be selective. That's why a lot of times we can't compare these fighters to the old age fighters because they wasn't as selective. It wasn't like this. Salute to the Butcher and the super chat. Definitely a super appreciation in the super chat with the support. Yeah, I don't get much support. I really don't ask for it. I'm gonna start trying to get up my super chats like a lot of other people do, because I see when I make videos, when I play people videos on YouTube, they be like, get the premium. Premium costs money. I be asking people to hit the like button and people don't even do it. And it's free. But definitely appreciate you, the Butcher. Definitely appreciate you in the super chat. He said, do you think Jay Prince sending Keyshawn like he sent Ford to protect Shakur? Oh my God. I'm gonna play the video now since we getting into it. Yes, the body snatcher. I'm gonna play the video now since we getting into it. Body work hit different though. It does. It definitely does. Come on, my computer doing. The ref will save Usyk again. He better not. You better mother not. All right. My computer's stalling. Let me turn off my camera and let me play this. Let's get with it. Is this it? Yeah, this is it right here. Let's play this. We can get to it right now.
It's Keyshawn Davis, Devin Haney, Shakur, Stevenson. That trifecta of fighters has been taking up a lot of the headlines this week and for several weeks, with both Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson being linked to Zuffa. So I'll share some intel I got yesterday coming out of Raiders OTAs. I'm covering Raiders OTAs. They had their final day of media availability for OTAs, and something comes across my way. I get on the phone and I get some intel and info from pretty reliable sources. But again, I wanted to get more intel from all around the way, but I'll get to that in a minute. So what was told to me is that Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson have ironclad signed with Zuffa. That announcement is imminent, could be as early as next week. This is what I was told. And I was also told that Zuffa, the fight they want upon signing both of them is them fighting each other. And I believe Mike Coppinger reported as much about a month ago. Well, the same was told to me yesterday. And what else I was told was the Haneys want the fight. Zuffa wants the fight. The holdup is Shakur Stevenson. And so then what happened a couple days ago was Keyshawn Davis became the mandatory for Devin Haney's welterweight WBO title. Now, it was told to me that this was brought about.
Before you go any further, let me stop it there to answer your question. Now, what's been said so far, it sounds like it sounds exactly like what you're saying, Butcher, from what he's saying so far. He just said this been going on for months. And like I said months ago, I said, is Shakur signing to Zuffa? And I said months ago, I only go live once a week. And I remember it being like at least 5 lives ago, maybe 6. It's been months. I've asked and talked about him talking this and talking that. It's been at least 3 months ago that I said Shakur is going to move to Zuffa. So this been in the talks for a minute. He just said the hold up is that they're trying to get both of them to fight each other. Okay. And then he said a week ago. So the hold up happened before Keyshawn got in the picture. In my opinion, from what he's saying, it was already been talks of them signing for months. And he's saying this, and like Zuffa don't want these niggas if they're not going to fight each other. That's the holdup. The holdup is Shakur don't want to sign to Zuffa and to fight Devin Haney at whatever that's being discussed. Shakur's like, nah. Now, I already played shorts of Devin Haney saying he ain't never doing no fucking rehydration clause. Ryan said the same thing. I ain't doing no rehydration clause ever. Shakur Stevenson has been on wax saying a lot of shit, but the last thing that he's been saying is that he ain't fighting nobody at 147 unless it's a rehydration clause. And somebody at 147, he can fight at 140. But the crazy thing is Shakur won't fight people that's at 140. But to answer your question, the holdup with Shakur Stevenson Or it could have been Devin Haney. Devin could have been asking, Bill and Devin could have been asking for something they know Shakur wouldn't say yes to. Who knows what's really going on? But what I do know is the holdup happened months before Keyshawn was set into mandatory position. Now let's continue.
By James Prince.
Matter of fact, let
Top
me
Rank
rewind
has
it a
always
little bit.
them is them fighting each other. And I believe Mike Coppinger reported as much about a month ago. Well, the same was told to me yesterday. And what else I was told was the Haneys want the fight, Zuffa wants the fight. The holdup is Shakur Stevenson. And so then what happened a couple days ago was
Salute to Boxing Prunes in the super chat. Definitely appreciate you in the super chat. First lady, this channel is the bomb. Some other channels talk like they getting paid by other channels or his promoter instead of being real. That's a fact, Boxing Prunes. And then when I first started talking about boxing, it was 2017. And a lot of the channels that do that now wasn't even on that tip. So it seems like somebody got into their ear, or somebody might be getting paid. Like a lot of people feel the same way you do, Boxing Prunes. You on to some shit now. That's some real talk.
Keyshawn Davis became the mandatory for Devin Haney's welterweight WBO title. Now, it was told to me that this was brought about by James Prince. Top Rank has always had a good relationship with the WBO, as people know. And he put Keyshawn in. He petitioned to the WBO to get Keyshawn put as Devin Haney's mandatory as a way to throw off this Shakur Stevenson fight. And
now, when it comes to that part, he's saying that's what Jay Prince did. I don't know if that's his opinion or that's what Jay Prince said, as far as him saying this is my way to throw off the Devin Haney versus Shakur fight. Maybe that's Sean's opinion, but man, okay. Shakur is adamant that he's not going to fight at 147. You feel me? So it's no need to throw off a fight that's not going to happen in the first place. And shouldn't Jay Prince already know that Shakur Stevenson's not going to do this, that, and the third? But Jay Prince also, in his other ear, he got Keyshawn Davis wanting to fight Devin Haney at the weight class. So it's going to look like he want to pull the switcheroo. And that's probably what he basically said. You know what? Instead of Shakur, I'll give you Keyshawn. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, all he can do is put him in a mandatory position, especially if especially if Devin Haney's plan is to move to Zuffa. Can't nobody touch him or the belt, for real. And just like I said before, when everybody was talking about Zuffa, I feel like Zuffa is going to be just like the franchise belt. Ain't nobody said it but me. It's going to be and the franchise belt was something that people thought that these were the rules, and then it turned out they wasn't the rules. Like everything that we think about Zuffa probably be not even true. It's probably fabricated. It probably was only said at that point in time because it made them look good or fit the situation or got him out of trouble. But who knows if that's really the truth? A lot of things that was said about the franchise belt, they was changed quickly when it fit their narrative. They came out, Suleiman came out and said some different shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Zuffa's going to be the same type of business. It's going to be the same thing. We don't know really what's going on in Zuffa. They saying they can't have the belts. They saying, no, you got to wear the same outfit. They're saying, no, you can't have music when you run. Like, it's a lot of stuff that was said that really wasn't true and stuff. And I feel like it's going to continue to change. I feel like it's not going to stay the same. I feel like when it comes to this whole Zuffa thing, like if he does drop the title, Keyshawn's going to have the title at 147, and maybe because Shakur's in talks with Devin and both of them signing the Zuffa, maybe Shakur said that, or Jay Prince, being the businessman that he is, he knows that Devin's not going to have that title when he signs. He's going to have to drop it. So why not put Keyshawn in that position so he can get the title? Then this also can be a whole ploy, and Keyshawn could have knew that Devin's about to sign to Zuffa. He just can't say nothing. And so he can act like he want to fight Devin and be a mandatory because you're not going to fight him. He's going to end up moving to Zuffa and going to have da-da-da-da-da. Like that. We don't really know what's going on. But this is really interesting. I can't wait to find out. It's Boxing Poe Owens. Okay, bet. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. Boxing Poe Owens. Thank you. I'm gonna call you Boxing Poe. Yeah, they know they're not following the old fighters protocol or rehydrating up no more than 7 to 10 pounds. That's another thing. They didn't rehydrate to 15 and 20 pounds. You're right about that. Some of these fighters these days be putting on 5-year-old kids overnight. It's crazy. Oh, man. Salute to JJ in the building. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you coming through the building. Said, do you think 2 pounds should hold a fight up? Shakur won 144. Haney weighed in at 146 almost. Against Norman. Listen, no, I don't think it should because these fighters know what's up. Like, you know how many times Shakur Stevenson talked about sparring a bigger fighter? And like when people are asked a question or having a conversation about one thing and they bring up something that might have to do with the conversation but don't really got nothing to do with you answering the question, and they bring that up, they want to use that for the answer. You understand what I'm saying? If somebody asks Shakur Stevenson about fighting somebody with size and he bring up how he used to spar heavyweights, that's how he wants to answer your question. You feel me? Shakur Stevenson has talked about sparring Mendoza, which I already played the short, and him saying he don't care about rehydration clauses. He don't care about you coming in at 170 pounds. He don't care about size and weight. He talked about him sparring guys. Bro, he talked about him sparring all these big guys and shit, but he can't fight somebody 2 pounds more than him on the scale? 2 pounds more on the scale? Like these fighters, if they really want to be 100 and if they want to be tough, they're gonna keep it real and be like, bro, weight is weight. Like how many times, if this was real life and we're not professional fighters, you mean to tell me Shakur Stevenson would get approached by somebody 15 pounds more than him and he'll bitch up and don't want to fight? And he smack him in front of his kid, you know what I'm saying? Spit on his baby mother. You know what I'm saying? Try to kidnap bitches. So I don't want to fight him. You know, he was too big. He was 10 pounds more than me. You're full of shit, bro. You talking to regular citizens, my G. We know what it is. 2 pounds ain't much. That's why this whole shit with Ryan cheated because he came in 3 pounds over. Bro, that is bullshit. If you got real skills to pay the bills and you fought this nigga 6 times already, how the hell don't you know already? Tank told you just watch out for the left hook. You got hit continuously and got dropped, hurt with the left hook. Nothing else. Like sometimes you just gotta own up. And the fans we seen that our eyes didn't lie to ourselves. I can still pull up that fight. That shit is still on the internet. You gotta keep it real. They all know, unfortunately, both Dev and Kerr headed to Zuffa Island, which we will hopefully wait and see how they allowed to fight each other and their champions against their traditional champion. I think it's bullshit. I think, honestly, a lot of stuff that we've been told is bullshit. I don't think it's all true. Devin fans was bitching about Ryan 3. But that's what I'm saying. It's the same shit. Slick back. Same thing, Slick back. Definitely appreciate your pimp name, Slick back in the building. What is good with you? You know, yo, just it's crazy. Boondocks been on a marathon on YouTube. I was watching that shit for the last 2 days. That's crazy. They should go back to fight day weigh-in and there's no excuses. You know, a lot of boxers don't like that shit. The fans bitch about it because they know their boxers can't do it. But a lot of boxers can't even do that shit. They know they can't do it. They will have to be in a bigger weight class that they don't really want to be in. You feel me? Not smack him in front of his kids and spit. Like, bro, I'm just saying, like, you can do the. You mean to tell me that you getting paid for millions? I'm just saying, like, you got to think about this as if you was the fighter. You getting paid for millions of dollars and 2 pounds gonna stop the fight? If you're not getting paid at all and somebody slapped you in front of your kids, are you going to fight him if he's 10 pounds weighing more than you? Yes. So what are we really talking about right now? You're a professional fighter. when he fought that, when him and his friend jumped that couple, that man and that woman in the parking lot, and he went to jail for that shit and had the mugshot and shit. That dude outweighed you, but you was fighting him though. And that girl that your friend was over there punching down in the ground and she was on her knees and he was still punching her in her head. He outweighed her. Now what? Now what? Let's just be real. People be full of shit. Yeah, Boondocks was running continuously on YouTube, yo. It's on YouTube somewhere. Regina King the GOAT for a role in the series too. Let me play this.
The fight that the Haneys want first
Bring it
and
back a
foremost,
little bit.
people know. And he put Keyshawn in. He petitioned to the WBO to get Keyshawn put as Devin Haney's mandatory as a way to throw off this Shakur Stevenson fight. And the fight that the Haneys want first and foremost is Shakur Stevenson, but they're apparently still willing to, quote, whoop Keyshawn Davis's ass. But we also saw yesterday on Gilly and Wallow, Bill Haney and Keyshawn Davis had a FaceTime, and they're Bill's saying, well, we want the 2-for-1 deal. But, kind of saying we're only going to sign the contract if we also get Shakur Stevenson guaranteed as part of this kind of package deal. And I, kept asking, well, what happens if Shakur Stevenson decides to say, I'm going to fight as a lightweight or fight at 140 pounds, even though I don't know if Zuffa's going to do super and junior weight classes. And kind of didn't. All I heard was apparently Team Haney is still willing to do the Keyshawn fight. But you also, again, saw on Gilly and Wallow what was happening. I reached out to multiple members of Team Shakur Stevenson, tried to get word on it, reached out to people from Team Keyshawn Davis. What I did get from the Keyshawn Davis side is, look, I don't know, we don't know anything about all of that, about the politics of it all. All we know is we want to fight Devin Haney. So that's what I heard from Keyshawn. Try to reach out to multiple people from Shakur. I want to get Shakur's side because just because I have this intel, Shakur's been denying media reports for the last several weeks. So I would love to hear what Shakur Stevenson or James Prince or.
You think there's a reason for that? I know it is. It got to be. Shakur Stevenson does so many interviews. He don't shoot down nobody. He's denying interviews right now. You know why? Because he don't want to let people know what his next move is. He know this is the time for him to do interviews, bro. This is the time. You still off that TO win. You just got in the ring after Oshaki, bro. You talking about Devin? Talking about I'm not Devin. You talking about Ryan Garcia? You talking about Korner Ben? You talking about Lamont Roach, bro? How come you ain't doing no interviews? He did do an interview though with Manny Fresh and Juvenile. They don't know shit about boxing. In the beginning, they immediately asked him what his record is, what weight class he fight at. They really don't know. They really don't. They know a little bit, but they really don't know about Shakur like that. You feel me? Juvenile is very close friends with Jay Prince, and they just started this podcast, and I believe this is their first boxer on it, is Shakur Stevenson. So they really don't know about boxing like that, and Shakur Stevenson didn't really say much. I listened to the whole live. Them dudes is funny. Shakur was losing calories just sitting there laughing. He said some stuff, but he didn't say nobody's name. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing for real. So it's no need to review it because there's nothing that they talked about for real. They was shooting shit, asking regular questions, normal shit. But yeah. Hold on. Let me rewind that back a little bit.
Because I have this intel, Shakur's been denying media reports for the last several weeks. So I would love to hear what Shakur Stevenson or James Prince or anybody from his team has to say that would off-put what I'm hearing from sources. But that is where we're at. That from what I've heard.
Okay.
Before he get to going, he looked like Medea. I'm sorry. Bro. Radio. What are you doing, radio? Hold up there. Let me turn my fan down. I don't know what radio Raheem doing. He cooked on the topic though. Facts. He cooked on the topic. Shakur is scared. Salute to you, Terry. Publicity for the channel. Yeah. Fresh. Keyshawn could beat Shakur. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I would love for them to fight. It sounds like Keyshawn asked Shakur if are we fighting because we're friends, and Shakur was like, nah, we ain't fighting. That's what Keyshawn said during the interview. But you know, they showed a little bit of their sparring, you know what I mean? And it seemed like Keyshawn was holding his own. He was getting hits on Shakur. Shakur really was being defensive like he always. He really wasn't doing much to Keyshawn. Looked like they kind of even in that sparring footage, but we already know they ain't fighting each other, so it's not really worth the conversation. But Shakur just really does seem like when he sees competition, and he really talks like he's that type of guy that if he sees somebody that's really nice, that he would want to spar him. But sparring ain't nothing in that. Like, you should really want to see these guys and want to fight them. It's like, since he was at 135, you know what I mean? You should want to fight the best. Now that you moved up and you got a title at 140, because you keep talking about how small you are, and you keep talking about how you pound for pound best and you should be the face of boxing, since they don't want to do it, why don't you call out Gary Russell? Both of y'all weigh in at 138. Both of y'all the same size. Why don't you call out Gary Antoine Russell, the other champion, to unify? Like, do something to be great. It just don't seem right. It just don't seem like other fighters would do more than what these motherfuckers is doing. Like, y'all, the two fighters that's on my thumbnail, they did their best at their smallest weight class. That means something to me because y'all are bigger now. You're supposed to be better. You knew way more. How come you can't keep the same energy that you had throughout your career? Why is it that you can do all of this stuff at the smaller weight classes versus people that we know that ain't shit for real? And it's just like he's milking it. When it comes to Shakur, he's milking it. When it comes to Devin, he was too big in a small weight class. So you got undisputed, you moved up, you got a title with Regis, and then fought Ryan Garcia. And then it's like, come on, you haven't called out nobody that's a welterweight. I just want people to actually, bruh, if you in this sport, just stop milking it. Y'all got enough money. Y'all ain't broke. Y'all not broke like us. Y'all got money. Stop acting like the money is stopping fights. 1 or 2 pounds is stopping fights. Like, stop it, bro. Y'all supposed to be gladiators in this sport. Y'all not close to getting brain damage and all that stuff that people say is dangerous. Shakur ain't close to fighting people that can do that to him. All right. Devin hasn't fought nobody that did that to him, man. It's not that competition right now ain't right there in these divisions for these guys. And they're too good to really get beat like that. They just milking this. They milking the shit. They milking it. They're comfortable. I'm over it. I'm over the comfortability. Y'all need to get with it. Get with it, bro. We seen enough. I can't stand Tyler Perry movies, especially the Madea ones. Yeah, I stopped watching that Madea shit a while ago. Radio definitely looked like it possibly some RuPaul in his life. Like his lip gloss was popping and all of that. Keyshawn said he will never fight Shakur because when his brother died, Shakur came and paid for the funeral. Bet he paid for the funeral. How come he couldn't just say that then? Bro, that's not what he said, bro. Keyshawn was like, he just kept calling me when I was in the mental hospital, when I was down or some shit. Like somebody, that's what he said. If that's the reason on why he cool like that, because when his brother died, he paid for the funeral, he could have just said that. He could have just said that, Pimpin. He didn't even have to. He could have just said, yo, man, Shakur is so tight and I will never fight him because, man, someone very, very close to me passed away and he paid it and we were only friends. He paid for the whole funeral. Bro, just say that, bro. But the whole mystery, it was a whole mystery and a half for his whole entire career. You the first person that ever said that shit. I never heard nobody say that. Not even him. That's crazy. I mean, I understand it, but it's crazy that that's the first time I heard that. Sparring ain't for all the art of marbles, nor under them lights. No, it's not. It's not for nothing. It's not for nothing. It's just sparring. Respectfully, I got Shakur over Keyshawn. Oh, you talking to him? We need another Super 6 tournament. We are getting a 10. We're getting a 7x7. That's what I meant to say. Queensberry Promotions and Match Room Boxing. You remember they did they 5x5? That shit was fire because it felt like a movie because every time they did a little short for the fighters that was fighting each other. That shit was fire. You know what I mean? It was absolute fire how they did Nick Ball's joint and they had who they had? I can't even think right now. But all the fighters that they had on there and that they had the little skits and all, it looked like a little movie. It was nice. It was entertaining as I don't know what. And then when they had the fights, Queensberry swept Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. They didn't win one fight. They are coming back and making a 7 versus 7. Let me see if I can pull up the article. I thought I saved the article. Give me a hot second and I can pull it up. Yep, Hearns and Warren I 5 versus 5 rematch with 7 versus 7 twist. All right, let me see. Hearn said, we got spanked 5-0. Hearn said, run it back, give us another chance, and this will be even bigger and have more domestic slant on it for the UK. Okay. And he said some names of the fighters. I don't even know all these fighters that he said on here. Where is it at? Okay. Possible matchups is Giorgio versus Louis O'Doffrey for the British lightweight title. Denzel Bentley versus George Liddard at middleweight. And John Fisher versus Dillian White at heavyweight. That's what they got so far. The last time they did it, they had Nick Ball. He beat Raymond Ford. You had Big Bang Zhang stop Wilder. You had Daniel Dubois beat Philip Herkovich. You had Willie Hutchinson outpointed Craig Richards. And you had Sherez stopped Ammo Williams. That's what I was thinking about. But yeah, they're planning on running it back and making another Matchroom versus Queensberry. And as long as they do it the same way and they have little story plots or background story plots for the fighters, I'm with it because I thought that was mad interesting, mad entertaining when they did it the first time with the little UK accent, little British accents on it. It was entertaining. I liked it. They will fight if the money's just right. Yeah, it seems like money will make everybody fight. That's why they're going to Zuffa. They want that dollar. So Haney too big and Foster disrespected what other excuses will Shakur have. Man, it seemed like this is so crazy. Shakur seemed like he wanted to fight Foster, but it had to be at 140. But he won't fight nobody else at 140. And it seemed like he won't fight Haney because he's too big and he's fighting at 147 and he won't fight a rehydration clause. That goes for a lot of people. I'm just saying, when you say that about one fighter, you got to say that about everybody. And I know other people would probably be like, but yeah, you say styles make fights. Yeah, but you look like an opportunist when you go up and you fight a champion and then drop it and go back down and wait. Like, come on. Especially in a weight class that you already been at for years. Why go up and do that anyway? Why go up and do it at all if you can't stay there? Especially because you had fights at your weight class. I'm just saying he didn't have to fight Tio. He had fights at 135 that he could have took. He moved up and took a fight that Keyshawn was supposed to take. That was Keyshawn's fight. It wasn't his. Now, I understand people would be like, oh, well, other fighters do it. Yeah. I remember Tank went up and fought him, but there was nobody to fight. That was the problem. Gervonta didn't have nobody to fight at all. His team didn't want him to fight didn't want to fight Barrios. Floyd didn't want him to fight Barrios. He did it because there was nothing else to do. And he's so small. He's not, bro. Shakur's 3 inches taller than him, at least. And they don't walk around the same. I'm not trying to hear it. Like, bro, all right, he moved up and did that. And people was asking him to move up again to 147. So when people did it to Shakur, I wasn't surprised because y'all did it. People did it to Tank. Like, bro, why are you so shocked? But I don't want him to move up to 147. I just want him to stay at 140 and do what you got to do. It seemed like you made the weight cool. You came in at 138 and you looked fine. You didn't look like you were lethargic. You didn't look like you had to like eat a bunch of junk food to make weight, bro, to gain weight. You didn't have to do that. You just didn't have to cut as much as you need to cut. None of it. He don't walk around less than 140, bro. He don't. He never said recently. He didn't say he walk around under 140. He didn't. He still had to cut weight to make the Teal fight. He still had to cut weight. So that's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, he be talking like he's way too small for this, that, and the third. Bro, I just want him to actually fight some people that he deems or we think that it'll be a good fight or a challenge, bro. It seems like there isn't any at 135 right now. So why stay there or go back if you already got a title at 140? It just doesn't make any sense. And you still talking all of this stuff. It's like you got to make it make sense to me. It was an interview about a week ago. Super 6 would be Lydia in the city. If Keyshawn and Shakur are so tight, why still the Teal fight from Keyshawn but send forward a fight to Shock? Exactly, man. It just is, certain things just don't really make sense. It seemed like with Shakur, he wants the little boy people. He wants a little boy of other men. You know what I mean? He wants to make people feel like he's, you know, he's on a certain level that they not. You know what I mean? That's really what it seems like when it comes down to him. Yes, they was fighting from the sun up and sundown. Yeah. Salute to Zach B in the building. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you in the building. Salute to Michael Watson in the building. Definitely appreciate you in the super chat with the super sticker. What is it, a super sticker? Let me pull up my camera, my YouTube. My problem with this boxing issues, they call people like Benavidez a duck. Boy, I just talked about this lives ago, boy. Yeah, they call people like Benavidez a duck when he has yet to get a contract from Turkey to fight Arthur, Ja, or even Bivol. No contract, just words of mouth. When it comes to Benavidez, man, oh my gosh. I've been saying this for a while. Like, he's the face of boxing. I've been saying that this man is the face of boxing before he claimed it, before he said he want to be or is. And right after Tank was like, Tank didn't want it no more. When Tank was like, man, I'm not facing somebody that box, man. I sat back and viewed things. I looked at his next couple fights. I said, man, he the face. Everybody respect David. Everybody know who David is. Yo, I went to Texas, and David, his father, his wife, and I guess his kids was at this bar that I was at. He's really not as big as I thought he was, bruh. Like, he looked big as shit. Let's just not, I mean, at the time, he was at 160 at the time. I think this is when Earl, whatever weight class he was in, when Earl fought Ugas. That's why I was in Texas for that fight. Man, he wasn't a huge guy. He just got gonads and he know what he's capable of. He just got heart and he want to prove and see how good he is. Now, imagine Shakur had the same mentality as David Benavidez. A lot would be different in this sport. We would have already had the Tank Davis fight. We would have had that years ago. He would have already fought Mr. Gary Russell at 126. He would have fought him at 126. It's just different. You got that vertical joint up to. I don't see that, but yo. Okay, hold on. Wait. 140, too dangerous for him. Yo, that. Ooh. And those are people I want to see. If I want to see you fight Tito Machado because he called you a B.I.itch. He called you a B.I.itch. And you know it. Like, bro, he got in your ish. He got in your feelings. He made you get out of character. You feel me? That's why I want to see that fight. And when it comes to Russell, bro, you and Russell weigh the same amount. That's why I want to see that fight. Y'all weigh the same amount. Y'all sparred each other. Y'all should know each other in the ring. That is your fight. Since you already got a title and he got a title, especially if you don't want to give Tito Machado any attention because he don't have one. I don't even think he's really ranked in top 15 when it comes to 140. But Gary is. Salute to Just Do Boxing in the building. What is good with you, Cuzzo? Definitely appreciate you in the building. Say Shakur didn't steal no fight from Keyshawn. Bob Arum never intended on making Keyshawn versus Tio. And that's what we were saying earlier, that Keyshawn really be clout chasing a lot. Keyshawn has to know. And listen, Keyshawn, for the people that's in the chat that don't know, because Cuzzo knows. Just Do knows. Shakur and Keyshawn both work under Jay Prince, or Jay Prince work for both of them. You should say, whatever. He knew what the move was. I'm letting you know. Keyshawn knew damn well he wasn't going to get that Tio fight, and he knew that Shakur was going to get that fight. But I really think a lot of people looking at it, I don't even think that's what it is. A lot of people looks at it like that was Keyshawn's fight because Keyshawn was talking about Tio first. But just like I've been said, this is why I don't like shit talk, because it's easy to confuse. It's easy for your mind to mix them both. Fights don't get made when people talk shit. Fights get made when you call the right people. So when people get quiet, just like when Devin did when he made the Regis Prograis fight, when people get quiet and make fights, that's when it happens, when you actually make calls and stuff like that. Not when you're talking in the public and just talking shit. But that's what Keyshawn like doing. He's good at it. It's entertaining. So that's what he was doing. But in reality, he knew that the play was for Shakur. He knew it. I'm more than sure he did. I'm more than sure he didn't backdoor Keyshawn. It might look like it to us, but I'm more than sure Keyshawn know that nigga had to fight. He's an energy vampire. Everybody undefeated, but won't fight the people. Yeah, they won't fight the tough fight. Truly sit back and peep game. Anyone who has been or mistaken has been linked to Al Heyman through the PBC and Showtime would be slighted at all costs. Damn. You're right, though. It does. People, man, when it comes to the sanctioned bodies, it's clear who does what, though, for real. If you want a certain type of career, you can kind of choose when it comes to the sanctioned body you choose. You feel me? But I always looked at Top Rank as a starter pack. That's somewhere that it's no problem for you to start there because they do treat their fighters right in their first 10 fights. They do, set you up. They'll give you a lot of fights and all that. But if you're staying there and you want certain fights and haven't got it yet and you re-sign, that's when fans are going to start blaming you instead of the actual management that you're under. Because these people are really supposed to work for the fighters. That's just not really how it goes down. Shakur would have got knocked the F out years ago fighting Tank. I would have loved to see the fight, man. I don't know if it's going to happen. I really don't know if that fight is ever going to happen. Tito Machado turned down a fight with Keyshawn Davis in January. That's why Matchroom dropped him. Are you serious, y'all? You didn't make a video about that. If that's facts, bro. And because Tito Machado still talk about Keyshawn to this day. You feel me? Wilder. To this day, he still be acting like he want that Keyshawn Davis smoke. So why did he drop the fight? It must have been a reason. It must have been something. I would really like to know that one, though. I got you. I would really like to know that one. Jay Prizzle. Play brother Keyshawn and Shakur. He's the culprit in all these affairs. He's running the show. Jay Prince is running the show. That's a fact. Facts, no fights are made in these YouTube streets. Tito Machado turned down multiple fights and got dropped from Matchroom. Yo, you need to put that out there. I'm seriously dead serious because he turned down the fight with him. Damn, I'm hungry as hell. And someone else, his dad, a control freak from what I hear. So it's just, man, that's sad to hear. That's sad to hear. Why are we doing this again? Oh my goodness. Dad stopping fights once again. Is that where we're at? Dads are stopping fights once again. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all. Let's get through this shit. Matter of fact, I think I'm done with this.
Zuffa and Haney want Shakur, but instead Keyshawn Davis has been mandated for the title. And I think that's a great fight.
All right, yeah. What I wanted to say about it since this, because he's gonna cook on it. He's gonna pretty much say what a lot of us felt, because you can't really make a fight. Like, you can make, I understand what Bill is saying, but it's the way Bill says things that get people like, you know what, he's full of shit, he's this, that, and the third. You can't really make a contract with 2 fighters on it. You can't really do that, bro. If he would have left that part the fuck out and just was like, look, we'll fight either one of y'all back to back, whoever want to make a contract, or we can, figure something out, we'll do it or whatever. He could have just left it at that. But when he says certain things, he does this shit a lot, yo. I'm telling you, I really feel like it's intentional for a lot of channels to go back and forth and us to get talking about one thing and we won't pay attention to what we really supposed to be paying attention to. You feel me? This shit crazy. But I just think that Bill be saying a lot to really stir confusion. I think confusion and chaos is when they can really get some shit done, if you understand what I'm saying. Because we're all going to be paying attention to the wrong shit. We're all going to be arguing about the wrong shit. And that's just how it goes. Especially with Bill know what he's doing, yo. He's very good at this. He's very good at this. You feel me? But like I gotta be real. Like Shakur's been adamant. I understand, like, and Devin should know, because these people used to be friends. They grew up together. They've been around each other. Devin and Bill both know that this motherfucker is not gonna fight him while he has the size advantage. He knows that's not how Shakur gets down. He's not going to come up to 147 and let you come in there any way you want. He's not. And because that's the bottom line of it, Shakur shouldn't even been in the conversation when Bill is talking about fighting. But Zuffa wants this shit. Now I got to put my attention back to Shakur. Because why is it taking Zuffa months to see if they're going to sign 2 fighters, and one of the fighters know damn well he's not going to do what Zuffa wants him to do? Shakur just should have said no and left it at that. But I bet they got buku dollars, and Shakur's trying to figure out a way where he can sign with these niggas without fighting Devin. Because Devin is not going to, Devin can't make 140. He's not going to make 144 if he's talking about never having a rehydration clause. And I already played clip him saying he's not fighting nowhere under 147. I will play another clip of Bill talking about him fighting people at 154. So he's not looking backwards. He's not going to fight at no weight class past 147. I mean, lower than 147. He's not going to do that. And Shakur standing on his 10, he's not even going to stay at 140. So the conversation is null and void. Both of them ain't get, if this is true and Zuffa wants both of them or none of them, then neither one of them's getting signed. But if the truth is both of them are going to sign Zuffa and they're trying to see if they can get that fight in the contract, then they might as well say, look, that fight ain't gonna happen and we can sign, I will sign both of them. Shakur might as well say, look, I want to sign Zuffa, but I'm not going to fight Devin, regardless of what deal y'all put on the table, how much money y'all put on the table. If y'all can't get him to come down and wait, I'm not going to have the fight. It should have been already, it shouldn't be taking months for anything to happen. That's my only pickle with this whole situation. And this shit can go. That's my only pickle with the whole situation. Shakur won't fight Tank unless Jay Prince makes him. Jay Prince really doesn't need Shakur because he got better talent in Abdullah Mason and Keyshawn. He should cash out Shakur and feed him the Tank. Damn. He should cash him out and feed him the Tank. Man, I don't know. I think he's making good money off of Shakur. He got to be. I think the people that came, Abdullah Mason, I think he came because of Shakur. I think Keyshawn came because of Shakur. Honestly, I think Shakur is the person that's bringing in talent to Jay Prince. Other than that, You know what I'm saying? But I think he bringing in the talent. He bringing that man money. Janet Jackson, nigga. My bad for the typo. I got you. I already seen you. Thank you. Appreciate you, cuzzo. Said again, who is the source that feds to tell the information? I don't know. My money is on Bill, and that's why he's been out of his recent mixtape tour to try and get someone to help promote their fight next. Shakur is back into a corner. He but he got directions he can go. It's all up to him. He got directions he can go. He got a lot of things on the table he can choose from. He got options. When David went up 25 pounds, that proved 5-pound difference mean nothing. Exactly, man. Exactly. And he was saying move up, fight Usyk, bro. I'm just it's just a lot. The fight for Zuffa supremacy. Line it up. Devin versus Shakur for the king. I don't see it happening because he's too small, he's too big. You know what I mean? It's too much going on. They ain't gonna let it happen. Oshaki. Is this the one that I want to see next? Yeah.
A difficult fighter to look at. You know what I'm saying? You know, he switches sides. It's hard to prepare for him because you got to prepare for two different fighters, right-hand fighter and a left-hand fighter. I said that Xander Zayas is big and a tough guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also said Virgil Ortiz is very dangerous. And don't think of that other big tall dude. He's just a.
So I hear Sean, but so he's saying he's hearing that Zuffa want to fight with your son and Shakur Stevenson.
More importantly, he says that it's been going on for a couple months, right?
That's what he said.
Okay. And then he says that Bill Haney them said that they were fighting him, right? They still want to fight him, and also they want to fight Shakur, correct?
Yeah.
So we said we can do it back to back.
Hold on. But here's the thing about that, Bill. It's a couple things though, Bill.
There's no contingency that if he doesn't do it, that it's not that we got to sign one contract with two people on it. We said that the agreement, because we're in negotiation with Shakur Stevenson, right? They're negotiating. And I said to come out of negotiating with him would mean us agreeing to a fight with Keyshawn Davis, and we fight after, right? I mean, you're not going to be able to say that we didn't take the fade, that we didn't. We preferred Keyshawn Davis over Shakur Stevens. Shakur Stevens is he's number 3. He's pound for pound list and all the shit. And he's on the list. So all them guys is bad motor scooters, man.
Nah, for sure. Hold on, but Bill, are y'all willing to go to? Because Shakur always been saying in public, he been saying y'all got to go to 144 to do the fight.
Remember, what he's saying in public, right? They just said that in privately, he's not saying that, right? They're negotiating, we negotiating, and that's what it is. They tell me, listen, let's be patient, right? That they know Turkey and everyone else knows that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Right? So
but he's saying either 144 or y'all could do a catch weight, a rehydration clause at 147.
Okay, well, you gotta call Turkey and them. You gotta call Sean and say, Sean, give me the number to the people so I can call them and tell them that.
I'm just telling you what Shakur been saying. That's all. I just heard him say that. That's right. What I'm saying.
Well, you can't. Well, listen. That's what he said. Is you can't. Well, what he's saying publicly, you never know. You know what I'm saying? Because we lean in on that, but then privately, we're negotiating the fight.
So you hold on. So Bill, you trying to say you want that next? Your son versus Shakur Stevenson next? That's what you want?
Absolutely.
All right. Would you take it at 144 though, Bill? Would y'all take that at 144?
No, we won't take it at no 144.
All right. What about 147 with a rehydration? Would you take that?
No.
Oh, it's there. So I don't see how y'all. I don't feel like y'all gonna get the fight. Nobody gonna.
Yeah, well, that's all they got. Listen, that's all. Well, listen. Once he tell them people that, because if he tell them people that he don't want to do the fight, that's fine.
All right. Oh, so if you don't get Shakur, y'all gonna do Keyshawn?
Absolutely.
Yo, Bill, that's a tough fight though, Bill.
All right. Now, when it comes to him fighting Keyshawn, he could be just saying that, and he's gonna sign a Zuffa deal. I think if he signed a Zuffa deal, he probably won't fight Keyshawn at all. It's a possibility that they're gonna want him part of the multi-fight deal or whatever type of deal they come up with. But Zuffa got their own fighters over there. You feel what I'm saying? They're probably gonna end up fighting their own fighters. If Tank go to 147, he'll fight him. He'll fight him. If Tank go to 147, he definitely will fight him. Salute to Cam J in the building. Salute to Cam J Network. What is popping with you? Everybody in here should already be subbed to Cam J Network. If you're not, y'all definitely should be. He comes on in the middle of the day, and he'd be on for like 5 hours straight. Like, I think it come on at noon Eastern Standard Time. I believe I'll be checking them out at noon. He'll stay on to like 5 o'clock. No cap. All cooking. But for real, we're gonna finish this video. Hold on, where I still got people in. Didn't Jay Prince tell this man Devin gotta go to 144 to do the fight? As simple as that. Salute Kobe Myers. Yes, he did. He absolutely did. That's why I was like, this is like the conversation is kind of null and void when you're talking about Shakur versus Devin. If you're not, it's null and void, period, because he's not going lower than 147 for real, and he's not going to go up to 147. So it's kind of a null and void conversation. I don't know why Bill keep talking about it. Salute to Talib Cunningham in the building. Carolina in this biatch. What is popping with you? This definitely confirms it for me. They move, yeah, they doing that. I don't believe shit Bill says as bad as Schofield. They're in the same field. They're in the same boat, huh? You're not getting a Shakur fight so focused on Keyshawn. Yeah. They ain't gonna fight. I don't think it's gonna happen. Bill was the tell source. You keep saying that shit. You keep saying that. You ain't letting that go. I think Turkey paying for the fight. Yeah, as far as Zuffa's concerned, Turkey is paying for it and owns most of it, and then it's Dana White. So they doing it. It's their baby, if you understand what I'm saying. Tank never going to 147. Absolutely not. Definitely not. Then you got no fight then. And definitely. If Tank go to 147, it's over. Tank hit too hard. He'll be hitting real hard at that weight class for sure. I definitely would never want to see him at no big ass weight class like that. Them people that be squeezing down to 147 and be weighing, they be walking around close to 180, if not 180 or more. They big. They real big. Tank versus Haney at 147, rehydration clause included, or 143.5 without. Line that ish up. No dehydration clause, no 144 to make the fight. You gotta give and take, right? It's like it's not gonna happen, man. I used to wait to see all these ninjas fight one another, but now I'm only concerned with Tank fighting all these ninjas. And I'm straight. Salute to you, Reels. Daddy M in the building. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you coming in the building. Said it took Floyd 16 years to be a 5-division champion, but they want Korner to do it in half the time, 9 years, and he moved to 147 to fight Devin. His last 3 fights would be at 135, 140, and 147. Insane. What I have to say about that is that when it came to Floyd Mayweather, I think the reason why his career went the way it did is because he had a lot more to prove. I think at the time when he started fighting, I think Floyd and all of them proved a lot about what African Americans can do in this day and age, because boxing has changed. The game has changed. The rules has changed. Shit, it's just changed. You know what I mean? And it continues to evolve. And now that Floyd's gone, boxing is still going to continue to evolve and continue to change and get better. That's why we see Zuffa coming along, and we had a franchise belt and all this other stuff. But I really think that Floyd Mayweather had a lot more competition, and when he started, it was a lot more people doubting him and telling him that he can't do this, that, and the third. And he had to fight those people. I think him being signed under Bob Arum was he was done worse, in my opinion. And it seems like other people think that he was done worse. Bob Arum did Floyd Mayweather worse than he did Shakur Stevenson. That's why Shakur Stevenson continued to stay and Floyd Mayweather paid money to leave. I think the reason why it took him so long to go and do those divisions, because I don't think that was his plan, to continue to move up and go through the divisions. And he could make weight, and he was down in those weight classes because there was a lot more foe to fight that had skill that a lot of people was saying that he's not, not better than. It was a lot more skill back then. I think now I think Shakur's bet was probably to get to be a certain number division champion. I think his plan when he started being a pro was to have divisions, was to be a division champion, to fight in different divisions and start at the smallest division he could, which was 126, which he was a small guy when he started, and to move up as he needed to. You feel me? I don't think Floyd Mayweather needed to move up as much as these other fighters did. I don't think he got naked as many times as Shakur did, for real, to make these weight classes when he moved up, is what I'm saying. Like when he moved up, I don't remember Floyd getting naked to make his weight classes, but Shakur did. There's nothing much wrong with that. I just think it's different. I just think the times and the reason why he fought a lot more fighters and stayed at that weight classes because there was a lot more people down there to fight that had talent, that was good fights and good challenges for him and good money for him. And he could stay there comfortably, so he did. I think if Shakur could do what Floyd did, he would too. But I think his plans was different. He wanted to get different titles and different weight classes. That's really what I think, though. Them niggas at DHP are fabricated A-sides. They're not trying to concede to no terms. Damn. At all. Is that what they say? At all. I'm going to cook on this later bet. So now we know Shakur not fighting on Zuffa. Will we get Shaq Foster? I have no idea. Salute to Ken Soul in the super chat and the super sticker. Definitely appreciate you with the super sticker. Said the national treasure and love thing himself. Hold on. Jeez. Okay. Bill asks, how long will it take Shakur to gain 3 pounds? But how long will it take Devin to lose 3 pounds? That's a good one, and I don't know. Got naked. Yeah, he got naked. Hold on. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and Mo in the building. Salute to you, young man. What is good with you? Let's get on with this.
You know what I'm saying? Your son is the man. Your son nice though, but Keyshawn is, you know what I'm saying?
All of them is tough. All of them is tough fights, right? All of them is tough fighters. All of them is tough fighters. But we know that Devin and what Devin brings to the table, it's going to be a great opportunity for everybody else to just know how good Devin is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's
I agree.
The same shit y'all said the same shit with Brian Norman. Brian Norman that put a nigga in the hospital in a coma. You know what I'm saying? Before that, so clearly that's not what Keyshawn did his last fight. So he's definitely on the menu.
Yeah, y'all got him on the Debo list. Keyshawn on that list.
Ain't no doubt. And he was on the list before the mandatory. He was on the list when
tough all the time.
When he had the altercation, he had the fight, and everybody else went to the side and nobody, like there's nobody necessarily calling for Keyshawn or answering to him and saying, let's make the fight happen. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, and I told him, I said, just stand on it.
Bill, we need an updated list, Bill. We need the new 2026 Devin Haney Debo list.
The only person I think that came off the list, obviously, was Mario Barrios because
Rolly. Oh, was Rolly wasn't even on the list, though?
No, Rolly is still on the list. Rolly is still on the list. Teofimo, he's still on the list. I think Xander Zayas, he's gotten put on the list. Depends on what he does, of course, in his next fight. You know what I'm saying? If he looks like trash, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boots, is on the list. Depends on how he's looking. But
wait, hold up, Bill. Hold up. Boots on the list, Bill? Boots is on the list?
I expect Boots to win that fight, you know what I mean, and to remain on the list, and for us to take a look at him at 154 pounds.
Wait, hold up, Bill. Come on, Bill, because you one of the smartest guys in this boxing shit, Bill. You one of the smartest. Come on, Boots is a killer, Bill. Come on, you ain't putting your son in there with Boots, Bill.
I know. So when he dismantles, beats down Xander Zayas, I'll come back and say Boots looked it extremely good. I've never said that Boots was not a difficult fighter to look at. You know what I'm saying? He switches sides. It's hard to prepare for him because you got to prepare for two different fighters, right-hand fighter and a left-hand fighter. I said that Xander Zayas is big and a tough guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also said Virgil Ortiz is very dangerous. And don't think of that other big tall dude. He's just a freak. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Fondora.
He's the Wimby of the boxing. It doesn't mean that he can't be beat, but it's an extremely tall task. So when I say that we're definitely looking at him, you know what I'm saying? We'll fight any of them at 147. But of course, we like the way that Xander looked. You know what I'm saying? And
so Bill is saying that Devin will fight Boots. No, he'll fight Fondor and Virgil Ortiz at 147. That's what he's saying. That he won't fight him at 54. He'll fight him at 147. But if Boots look good versus Xander, he'll fight Boots at 154. That's what he's saying. Bullshit.
Now we're gonna look at him with him and Boots. You know what I'm saying?
Right. All right. So hold on, Bill. Let me ask you this though.
I really believe though Boots is going to be victorious and he's going to look good in that fight.
Yeah, I think so too. But hold up, let me ask you this though, Bill. They saying that y'all signed the Zuffa. That's what everybody's saying. They saying y'all signed the Zuffa. The announcement is coming. I remember you came on there and you said there was a super bag. Keep it real. You dollar Bill Haney. You got this bag, Bill. Is the Zuffa bag crazy like everybody's saying, Bill? Is it really like that?
Well, I mean, I can say that the situation that we got with the people that we got, you got to look forward to it, and it is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the people that and I think sometimes with Eddie, what Eddie has done with Shakur, and if that is so, it was like Shakur has an announcement, or the announcement is coming down, and then Eddie comes out and says he's already did it. You have Sean Zattel come out and say that it's already being done. That's not my job to do the announcement.
Yeah.
But, it's hard for me to hold, too. I'm like, shit, man, we got something good.
Man, so it's happening, bro. He's signing the deal, and they just trying to see if they can get in the contract the Shakur fight, which is just a hold up. And Shakur should just say no. Tell Zuffa no and just go about y'all business, bro. If you want to sign me, sign me. But I'm not fighting Devin. It's not going to happen. It's all bullshit. It's hogwash. Now, why the fuck would he say that he'll fight Boots at 54, but he won't fight Virgil at 54? or Fondor. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you say you'll fight any of those guys at 54 at 147? Why would you say that Devin Haney we'll fight Devin Haney will fight any of them, but they would have to come down and wait to 54? Virgil Ortiz can't make no 54, bro. Virgil Ortiz cannot make 54. The man got a medical problem when he tries to cut weight down to that weight class. It's not possible. So he said that just to look tough. Like I said, like it's all about looking tough with Devin. That's what Bill be wanting this nigga to look tough. That's basically the bottom line. And when it comes to Fondor, why would you talk about how big he is? The nigga, you know damn well he's not making 147. He's not gonna come down. Man, they got two titles, knocking stuff out, looking scary at 154. He looks scary, look like he's hard to beat him. Why would he come down and wait to mess with you? And didn't Bill and Devin already got squashed? Like, didn't Charlo already shut y'all up? Didn't Charlo say something else, Bill? Say something else about your son at 154. So didn't he say if he come up here fight me? Isn't that what Charlo said? I'm done with the selective shit. Don't move up to get one fight, bro. We're not doing that. You're already at 147 and you don't want to call out nobody. Now this the weight class jumping or division jumping that people talking about. Okay, then you can campaign at 135, take 2 fights at 140, which is one of them you got a title, the other one you got your brains beat out. Move up to 147, get a title. Don't call nobody out at 147. Try to fight somebody moving up from 140 and then move up to 154 and get another title. So like, bro, that's nah. I just don't think that's the way to do it.
Now we got something good. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I don't want to step over the line. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I got you.
Even if it has been crossed, you know.
All right, last one, Bill. Richardson Hitchens. Come on, there's a storyline there too. Y'all was, he signed to Zuffa now too. What's up with that? Africa.
Man, one thing about New York niggas, man, it's just hard not to like them niggas, right?
That's funny. Salute to Darius Warren in the building. What is good with you, King? Definitely appreciate you coming through. Sitting these fool ass in Memphis niggas can't see through the bullshit. Nah, they can't. They sound good. They like it. Bill want them to come down and wait, but don't want to come right. Don't want to come down. They really don't want the fight, man. It's just it's hogwash, bro. It's fiddlesticks. Most of these greats always division jump. That's pound for pound. Yeah. But I just feel some type of way when people compare themselves. When any fighter is compared to somebody like Floyd Mayweather, because I feel like everybody has their own way, their own dreams, their own wants out of the sport. You feel me? Like everybody has their own shit. Like, so to compare yourself to somebody as great as he is just, I don't know. I just don't see it. That's what fighters do. But when it comes to him, it's just like he could have did it if he wanted to, but I just think it's a size thing also. Like, he was a smaller guy. Floyd stayed he stayed disciplined, he stayed a certain weight, he stayed this, he stayed that. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of comp down there, you know what I mean? There's no comp for a lot of these fighters, Bill Haney is funny. He do not answer questions. No, he like Keith Thurman. Effing champion these niggas supposed to have on the speed and they every division they touch down and make it make sense. I thought Bill said he'll fight anybody currently at 147. Yeah. But he said he'll fight any of those dudes at 127. I think he was talking about the dudes at 154, but Devin will fight those selected dudes at 154. Yeah, that's how I heard it. All right, I'm gonna rewind it. Detroit Downs. I'm gonna rewind it. Hold up. All right, hold on.
my good buddy Debo, Robert Booster, you the man, you know what I'm saying? He's from New York. People talk cash shit. And I always said this, and I said, you've never seen no big money be exchanged, no big deals go down, and it ain't a New York nigga in the building. So as much as I hate to add Richard Hitchens to the honorable mentions, because we put him on the list, we started talking to him, and he went the other way. I mean, and I was very disappointed, but so did Keyshawn as well. You know what I mean? So it's I can't be in my feelings about it. My thing is to bring the biggest and the best fights to Devin, because his quest is for the Mount Rushmore of boxing. The people vote the fighters in to fight Devin, and if it's Richard Hitchinson that's going to be on the new list, it's going to be him. But do we got a fight coming up or something?
Yeah, he got a fight. He fighting this kid Salas.
What was that?
I don't really know. I don't really know him like that though, to be honest. I don't know.
Well, see, that's the other thing is with the guys, like all of them is Devin's age, but we couldn't get a fighter named Salas. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was a fighter named Salas, I mean, like a fighter like Albright, like none of these, that's why it takes a longer time for us. But we don't to the table, it's going to be a great opportunity for everybody else to just know how good Devin is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's
I agree.
The same shit y'all said the same shit with Brian Norman. Brian Norman that put him, right? I mean, you're not going to be able to say that we didn't take the fade, that we didn't. We preferred Keyshawn Davis over Shakur Stevens. Shakur Stevens he's number 3. He's on the pound for pound list and all the shit. And he's on the list. So all them guys is bad motor scooters, man.
Nah, for sure. Hold up, but Bill, are y'all willing to go to? Because Shakur always been saying in public, he been saying y'all got to go to 144 to do the fight.
Remember, what he's saying in public. Right? They just said that, and privately, he's not saying that, right? They're negotiating, we negotiating, and that's what it is. They tell me, listen, let's be patient, right? That they know Turkey and everyone else knows that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Right? So
but he's saying either 144 or y'all could do a rehydration clause at 147.
Okay, well, you gotta call Turkey, and then you gotta call Sean and say, Sean, give me the number to the people so I can call them and tell them that.
I'm just telling you what Shakur been saying. That's all. I just heard him say that. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you can't. Well, listen. That's what he said. Is you can't. Well, what he's saying publicly, you never know. You know what I'm saying? Because we lean in on that, but then privately, we're negotiating the fight.
So hold on. So Bill, you trying to say you want that next? Your son versus Shakur Stevenson next? That's what you want?
Absolutely.
All right. Would you take it at 144 though, Bill? Would y'all take that at 144?
No, we won't take it at no 144.
All right. What about 147 with a rehydration? Would you take that?
No.
Oh, it's there. So I don't see how y'all. I don't feel like y'all gonna get the fight. Nobody gonna.
Yeah, well, that's all they got. Listen, that's all. Well, listen, once he tell them people that, because, if he tell them people that he don't want to do the fight, that's fine.
See, yeah, Bill talking like it's a definite. They already basically signed regardless. If Zuffa don't get them to sign to fight each other, they're still signing with Zuffa. That's what I get.
All right. Oh, so if you don't get Shakur, y'all gonna do Keyshawn?
Absolutely.
Yo, that's another thing. That's his mandatory. He'll fight Keyshawn. I don't see him not fighting Keyshawn, but he don't have to if he signs the Zuffa before that. You feel me? The title, he'll just drop the title like Richardson Hitchin did.
Bill, that's a tough fight though, Bill. You know what I'm saying? Your son is the man. Your son nice though, but Keyshawn is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all of them is tough. All of them is tough fights, right? All of them is tough fighters, I should say. All of them is tough fighters. But we know that Devin and what Devin brings to the table, it's going to be a great opportunity for everybody else to just know how good Devin is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's
I agree.
The same shit y'all said the same shit with Brian Norman. Brian Norman that put a nigga in the hospital in a coma. You know what I'm saying? Before that, so clearly that's not what Keyshawn did his last fight. So he's definitely on the menu.
Yeah, y'all got him on the Debo list. Keyshawn on that list.
No doubt. Ain't no doubt. And he was on the list before the mandatory. He was on the list when he had the altercation, he had the fight, and everybody else threw him to the side, and nobody, there's nobody necessarily calling for Keyshawn or answering to him and saying, let's make the fight happen. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, and I told him, I said, just stand on it.
And Rolly. Rolly wasn't even on the list though.
No, Rolly is still on the list. Rolly is still on the list. Tiafimo, he's still on the list. I think Xander Zayas, he's gotten put on the list. Depends on what he does, of course, in his next fight. You know what I'm saying? If he looks like trash, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boots, is on the list. Depends on how he's looking. But
wait, hold up, Bill. Hold up. Boots on the list, Bill? Boots is on the list?
I expect Boots to win that fight, you know what I mean, and to remain on the list, and for us to take a look at him at 154 pounds.
Wait, hold up, Bill. Come on, Bill, because you one of the smartest guys in this boxing shit, Bill. You one of the smartest. Come on, Boots is a killer, Bill. Come on, you ain't putting your son in there with Boots, Bill.
I know. So when he dismantles, beats down Xander Zayas, I'll come back and say Boots looked it extremely good. I've never said that Boots was not a difficult fighter to look at. You know what I'm saying? He switches sides. It's hard to prepare for him because you got to prepare for two different fighters, right-hand fighter and a left-hand fighter. I said that Xander Zayas is big and a tough guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also said Virgil Ortiz is very dangerous. And don't think of that other big tall dude. He's just a freak. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Fondora.
He's the Wimby of the boxing. It doesn't mean that he can't be beat, but it's an extremely tall task. So when I say that we're definitely looking at him, you know what I'm saying? We'll fight any of them at 147. But of course, we like the way that Xander looked, you know what I'm saying? And now we're going to look at him with him.
Well, I mean, it depends on how we meant it. Like you could take it any type of way. You could take it any type of way, really. Like, did he really say that, we'll fight those guys at 147? Or did he say that we'll fight anybody at 147? Because to me, it sounded like he was talking about people that fight at 154, and then he said we'll fight them at 147. But whatever, we're done with that. We are done with that, and we have one more video to look at. But let me get down to the narrative that Devin is now ducking. Nah, they ain't ducking 154. They ain't at 154. But I'm just saying, this is why I don't like when people. This is the same reason why I didn't like when Shakur kept talking about Oshaki, because he's at 130. Like, bro, it's a lot. Some things you gotta leave alone. I understand that he was talking shit, but you should have just you shouldn't have been too vocal in it, and you should have just let Ford fight him. It was too much talking back and forth when it just seemed like you wanted him to fight him first, and because that's exactly what you said. You was like, you ain't gonna fight me until he fight you type shit. Like, it's too much. Stay in your weight class when it comes to, unless you plan on moving up or you really want to fight them guys. If Fondor sent you a contract, if you don't sign it, there shouldn't be no reason for you talking about a person that's at a higher weight class. That's just how I feel. Too much confusion, too much ish talk, too much talking, not enough fighting. He going that way to line ish up at the Zuffa Island. And I commend Bill for keeping his son name in the algorithm. Yeah, but that's how you do it. You tell lies. You say stuff that don't make sense. That's how you do it. You say stuff to make people head hurt and ask questions about what you said. Hitchens the biggest, you know what? Yeah. Out of the whole group of niggas, scary ass shit. Yo, I really like Hitchens, and I gotta be real. You're right, YK Melly, and I'm mad at it, but you're right. He is that, and it's crazy. Boy, it's to be exact. Hold up. Oshaki, bro. So yeah, I was saying that earlier. Salute to you, Commanders. I was saying that earlier that that it makes sense for Loma to fight Foster if he's gonna go down there and try to get titles at 130. It don't make any sense on why he would leave out that weight class to fight anybody else when it's possible he can be undisputed if he go down there and fight right. Talk, and more talk. Salute, First Lady. You said if they signed Zuffa, I don't think they signed to fight each other. Not yet. Yeah, they just got them both on the same side of the street for the future. Facts. Cooking that tweet Shakur sent. That is too. They cooking. What tweet did he send? Man, just that about Oshaki and them, like that was crazy. All them ducking Reggie Lewis. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They signed so their future. They got both under the same banner. Yeah, you might be right. How did he mean it? I don't know how he meant it because he could have went both ways that way. That's why I said he want them to come down, but don't want to come down. Facts, I got you, Boxing Paul. I got you. Like you saying this shit. You just want to look tough. That's what it is. I don't think that they trying to fight 154 champions at 147. He want to fight them at 154 when he ready to move up. Okay, that bet. Okay, that will make more sense though, for real. Salute to you, Maximus Royalty in the building. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you coming through. Say Shock said he would come to 140 and want to smoke. He did, definitely. But the problem is, Butcher, why can't you stay at 140, but you'll fight a person that never fought at 140 at 140? Like it's just that's why it looked bad, only because he claims to be the best, and we know Shakur got all the skills. That's why it looked weird. That's why I think after Devin conquers 147, he will move up to 154. That's what I'm saying, Powerhouse. When he gonna call out people at 147? Like to conquer 147 to 2, he could have fought Rolly right now. He could have fought Ryan again. Like them the champions he gotta conquer. He gotta fight them. If I was Hitchens, I'd start the Crocker Power winner to get I'll target them. Yeah, I would too. To get the belt at 147. That could be unification versus Devin. He already beat Power once. Yeah, but since he's at Zuffa, I don't even know if he can get those fights unless they over there too. And he don't even fight at 140 no more. Like Zuffa don't got a 140 division. I heard. Like he got to fight at 147. He sent a tweet saying he can make a big bag fighting anyone. He don't need to fight Dev on Zuffa and Ring Magazine promotion. That is a fact. He did say that shit. Like he tweets so much, I can't keep it. I can't keep up. You right though. He did say that. Loma targeting. Yes, that's what I said earlier. He gonna fight him instead of Navarrete, and it looks like it's currently. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. That's what's going down. He's gonna fight Charlie, and they said because they really think the no contest that Charlie should have won or whatever, because they thought that the cut came from a punch, but that it really came from they thought that it came from a headbutt, but it really came from a punch. So he picked Charlie Suarez instead. I don't know if that's solely the reason, but they said that in the article. Shit. Shock said in real life, they all the same size. Hold on. Hopefully our camera back working right. That camera started pausing on the system. You feel me? Say Shock said in real life they all the same size, and Bernie admitted Shock cut weight to make 130. That's what I'm saying. Like all of them big as hell. What's his name? When Cool Boy said that he was 160 when he cut weight for, I think when he was fighting at 126 or something crazy as hell, I was like, oh hell no, bro. I already know people hold their weight differently. You can think that you know somebody's weight, but you really don't know somebody's weight just because a lot of people hold their weight differently. Like a lot of people look at me and they don't be 10, 15 pounds close to my damn weight class unless I told them. Ain't no way you're gonna look at me and be like, oh yeah, you're such and such. I guarantee you're not close. You're not close to what I weigh. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to these fighters, like we all seen them on television. Even if you walk up on one of these fighters and you see them, you don't really necessarily know how much they weigh. You can guess and whatnot. But these fighters, if he was weighing 160 as short as he is and stuff like that and fought at 126, like, let's just be real. Can't say, but Devin ain't even trying to fight the champs at 147. He want to fight guys smaller than per usual. Facts. And that's what I'm saying. You got all of your gyms, you got all of your accolades when you was fighting smaller fighters and you were the bigger guy. Now that we know that you moved up in weight and only had 2 fights at 140 and now can't make 140 no more, we know that you was too big for 135. There's no guessing. As many times that I said that, people just thought that I was tripping, like you lunching, you hating, you doing it. No, I'm not. He's too big for the weight class. That's the reason why his pop ain't there. Rolly effed up the negotiations versus Devin. According to Bill, Rolly had bad business sense. PBC was trying to pull some Yankee moves. That's what Bill said. But when Rolly came out and said what actually happened, I'm like, okay, if I can understand that if he's not his own promotional company, but Devin has his own promotional company. Bill, like, you gotta understand, Bill and Devin has been talking shit about promotional companies and burning bridges and working with every damn body, burning the bridge after working with every damn body for years. For years. How is it you can't make sure you get your own guaranteed money? How is it you can't send contracts? But you shit on everybody else's stuff. Like, bruh, PBC sent you a contract and they gave their fighter a guarantee. You didn't get a guarantee because you're your own promotional company. And if it really came down to it, you could have bid on the fight and the shit could have went your way. But you wanted to turn into Bud 2.0 and ask PBC the same thing that Bud asked. I want all the numbers. I want all the causes, everything that you spend on the venue. I want all the numbers so I can see how much money I'm getting and when I'm going to get it. You remember? After Rolly came out with the statement on Twitter, I believe Devin came out and basically didn't agree, but he basically said the same shit. Devin came out and was like, they gotta make $6 million or something like that before I get my first dollar. And when you hear other fighters talk about it or retired or whatever, it ain't the first time that shit happened and they still got paid millions of dollars. See, the thing is, Devin Haney and his pops and his whole crew, everybody on YouTube and stuff, they like talking about him like he a hot ass commodity. I remember when they was talking about numbers, they really wanted to go toe to toe with Tank's numbers, lying and shit. Even though his first fight with Kambosos was over there in Australia, they wanted to give those numbers to Devin. Those are Kambosos numbers, bruh. Besides the people that came over there with you can't name 5 people in the crowd. Those are his fellow comrades, bro. Those are the people born and raised in Australia. Those are his fans, not yours. When Tank sell out in Washington, you don't put his numbers against Kambosos' numbers when you fought him. But they wanted to do that. See, that's what I'm saying. When you act like you a hot commodity, people gonna actually believe you at some point in time, or people that don't like you or people up against you gonna really put it to the test. And that's what PBC did. PBC set up the fight since he didn't send no damn contract. The last time he sent it, I remember 2 times this dude sent the contract, and both was baloney. He sent the contract to Mr. Gary Russell. Mr. Gary Russell and people that seen that contract said it was bullshit. Straight like that, bullshit. He sent the contract supposedly or just said something about Shakur fighting and you wanted to give Shakur 20%, knowing the bare minimum is 30 or 25%. Bro, he doesn't even send contracts, but he got, like, I'm just saying, if you want to keep getting, what do you call it? Perks from having this, that, and the third. One day, them three things you're gonna actually have to use, since people think you have them. You're gonna have to use them one day. That's like the bottom line. He don't want to use them. He don't want to bet on himself. That's really not, it's not Rolly's problem. It's not PBC's problem. He's used to getting a certain amount of money. That's cool. Devin got a lot of businesses. He got a lot of money. This man got a lot of things. He need to change the way he spend money if he really need money. But I don't think so. I'm not buying that shit. I'm not buying it. He don't need money. He just don't want to prove shit. He don't got nothing else to prove. That's how he feels. If he does, I mean, signing the Zuffa and fighting the handful of fighters they got over there ain't proving much. Not to me. Going to duck Shock again. That's what Shock said, that he been ducking like over and over again. Need to focus on Ryan, Roland, and IBF. Yeah, get them titles, bro. Ryan and Rolly is people that Devin been dissing Ryan and Rolly for a damn near decade. Before he fought Ryan, like, he was shitting on Ryan in public all the time. He was making Ryan look stupid all the time before the fight actually got signed to actually happen. When it comes to Rolly, everybody been calling Rolly slow, sorry fighter, all the shit all the time. You supposed to be better now that you've been in the weight class and undisputed and fought all of these great fighters, right? You supposed to be better than what you was then. How is it that you're acting like you're not, and they outgrew you somehow in talent in the sport? Why are you acting like that? That's the question. Cool Boy let me down, and he should have never been that big. That's crazy. That's crazy for him to be that big. I took a picture with Matthias. I'm 5'7", 195, and he was bigger than me. Damn. That's crazy. Hold on. Bad business. Don't burn bridges. Yeah. Especially in the scope of boxing with limited options. I don't know. I feel like PBC used Devin to avoid Rolly mandatory. Didn't Rolly mandatory just fight Jack Catterall and get his ass beat by Jack Catterall? Bruh fought Jack Catterall like he never seen a straight left in his life. Like, bruh, when's the last time you fought a southpaw? Jack Catterall didn't do much but throw the straight right and beat dude ass. Did you drop him twice or some shit like that? If Jack Catterall, somebody don't really got no pop, that much pop like that, if that same guy that you're talking about was his mandatory, which that's what I was told, that he was fighting his mandatory, that Devin and Rolly mandatories fought each other. What I was told. And it was Catterall and that guy. Rolly would have knocked that dude out. Real talk. That's my opinion. Kambosos still never sold that much till he fought Devin. It takes two. Tio got Kambosos, didn't sell as much as Devin versus Kill. You're right. But why would you use that fight and that fight only to compare to Tank's numbers? And Tank gets big numbers when he fights anybody. That's like, dude, don't lose track of the reason why I said it. The reason why I said it is because God, his fans and him used just that fight, because that was the only fight he had good numbers in at the time. They used that to compare to all of Tank's fights. All of Tank's fights has high numbers, not just one. It's nothing to compare. That was the problem. And that's what a lot of the fans do. They know, like, what you just said is true, but they still they make a way to compare it anyway. That's the problem. That's the problem. Gary Russell was asking for more money to fight Devin than he wanted to fight Crawford. What? But I'm not going to argue. I don't know all that business, you know. What? Gary Russell? Crawford? Oh, man. Yo, totally messed me up. You talking about Mr. Gary Russell. Yo. Real talk powerhouse. I'm not going to argue with you either because I don't even, at the time when all of this happened, I hated Gary Russell with a passion. I made probably every good hit piece that you can make on YouTube, that's on YouTube about Gary Russell, I made it. I didn't like Gary Russell at all. How can you even be talking about fighting somebody at 147, which is Crawford, and fighting Devin that at the time I believe was 135, and you were still at 126 not fighting nobody? Like, I was just making a point when it came to when Devin sent the contract. That was the time that I remember him sending the contract. And people that I take seriously that's in boxing said they laid eyes on that contract and it was bullshit. So just keeping it real. You can't possibly think you're the face of boxing if you're too afraid to bet on yourself, in my opinion. That's a fact. That's a fact. He needs to stop wasting money paying off YouTubers to do his bidding. Yeah. Ryan did cheat Devin. Ryan was ducking Devin at 135. Ryan ducked Devin a bunch of times. That's a fact. A bunch of times. Salute to Don Drickham. What is good with your sub? Definitely appreciate you coming in. What we got? A 5-star general. Gary Russell versus Crawford was more like a street fight because he's supposed to stole Crawford. They ain't fight at all, man. There was no fight. He got stole up off. Like, he stole his ass. That was it. Like, when Bud came out and said his piece, I thought he was gonna say some different shit. Bud came right out and was like, yeah, you hit me. But it was mad people there and they broke us up and shit like that. If that shit would have happened, I'll break your effing neck if you fight today. And Gary Russell, being the man that he is, he was like, yo, let's make it happen. Get the fuck out of here, boy. That shit would have been child abuse. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. He wouldn't have reached Crawford if Crawford didn't want him to reach him, bro. It would have been horrible. It would have been a horrible fight for Gary Russell. Yeah, it's too many. It's way too many. Yeah. No, it was no fight. I'm saying that it wouldn't have been like, look, all right, I got one more video. I got to play this. As I said, I got it. It's on Instagram. It's on Insta.
We make that. Here we go. What we doing? It's mandatory, Bill. What's going on?
Listen, I don't know if he can speak the way that he can speak for everybody. Because
y'all hear that?
Already know he's on the menu. You're on the menu now. Hold on, businessman. Hold on. Listen, because it's a package deal, King. Now listen, you and your brother, we want you both. Now listen, you guys got to get together. You got to sign the agreement together that we're going back to back with you, gentlemen, sir. Okay, and that's only right. Listen, like Jay says, if this shit, wait, if Jay said, like he said, if this shit is going down, let's get it over with. You said me first and you go second. That's what you want. Well, listen, y'all can decide how y'all want to do it. It's between y'all. It's called a double up in East Oakland. We talk about boxing, so that means two. That means that's 2 for 1 on one agreement, one contract. We get both of y'all. So, how you know you gonna make it there? Well, but listen, that will be your job to stop that, King. You know what I'm saying? Listen, well, let me tell you this though. With the 14, I know, but listen, but I'm telling you, with the 14 fights, I'm trying to find a reason. I'm trying to find some shit to look at. I've been looking around.
So shit to look at like what though?
No, I'm just saying if you want to scare me off, tell me where I need to look and what I need to look
scare
at.
me off.
Talking like that. Okay, well, we need both of y'all. Listen, but that's what I'm saying is we need both of y'all. You go talk to Jay and listen. We want to do it back to back. But if you want to go first, that'll give him opportunity to have a look. Or you have a look. We know y'all together. And y'all not going to fight each other. So I mean, I was born at night, not last night.
What money you want to do it in?
We already ready.
Man, Bill talking like a hoe and a pimp at the same damn time. You can't tell me not. Bill trying to appease to the nigga nice side but disrespecting them all at the same damn time, man. This shit is crazy.
We got 30-something fights. You got 14. Listen, I'm saying this. Come on now. No, I'm saying this. What more do we need to get ready? We already ready, King.
I'm saying you gotta get in shape with all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just fought, so that's what I'm saying. We y'all ready?
We ready.
Y'all ready? Okay.
Yes.
So when my manager get back with you, because I'm getting with you. When my manager get back with you gonna it's straight.
Absolutely. No, listen. We've already been talking to him.
I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna fight him. It's gonna be me. Whatever package deal you talk about on y'all end, I don't got nothing to do with that. But when it comes to me, I'm about to fight your son. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, absolutely. But you're a businessman, right? You're a businessman, right? And that's your brother, right?
Can I say something though?
Okay.
When the fight happened, just let him do the talking. Don't talk for him. He don't need you.
I don't work for you. I work for him, businessman. He tells me what to do. Yeah, he tells me what to do.
I'm gonna tell y'all niggas what to do too.
My whole thing is, let's get this.
Why don't you get your man on the line right now? You may just FaceTime your man. No, if you want to get him on the line, or you get Jay on the line.
Man, you the fucking promoter, Bill. Jay not the promoter.
I'm doing the best I can. Okay, well, how about this? Okay, how about this?
My side is on agreement, sir. Like, you know this. Don't do that. You know this, bro. You know this. You talk to Jay off, like, come on, bro. I ain't gonna do all that, but, bro, you know I'm gonna fight your side. I'm gonna ask you when you wanna make it happen. You say whenever. When the fuck do you want me to fight happen?
Okay, now, listen. We can do it next, right? And I just explained to you.
Yes, sir.
If you have your manager, put it on the table because listen, now you understand what we're doing, right? I told you I'm gonna give you a good listen because you was lower on the list. It was Shakur. Now listen, if Shakur, wait a minute. Now you don't think Shakur? If you
anybody else.
Well, no, we want everybody, and you included. Now I'm just saying this. Now, but listen though. Let me tell you this though. If Shakur don't want to do it because I think y'all all about the same size, right?
Man, I'm beating your son ass, bro.
Okay, so listen to this. If Shakur don't want to do it, if you don't want to do it, you still gonna get it. You still on the list.
Y'all want Shakur first. That's what it sounds like.
No, they can come either way. Shakur or him, it don't make no difference. He said it don't make no difference.
He just said Keyshawn.
Huh?
Who is that? Who just said Keyshawn?
No, nobody didn't say Keyshawn. He said it don't make a difference.
That's what I'm talking about.
This year, Bill. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna
He
fight.
said this year, Bill.
That's all I'm saying.
No. Listen. It's them two guys next. I don't know about those ears and all that other shit. Those ears and parts. No. Wait. It's you two niggas next.
Yo, why Bill had to let the Oakland come out? Yo, that's Bill crazy. Bill go from hold on, King. Wait, listen. Then the Oakland come out. Listen, man, you two niggas is next.
This nigga funny as hell.
But listen though, no, y'all got a lot of money on the table. Hey.
You just gonna do all this, but this still gonna pick another opponent. Let's be serious. Like, what are you talking about?
No, listen. That's you picking the bum niggas. They won't even let them fight them niggas.
So
He said they won't even let them fight them niggas.
Guess what? pick you. We out of business. So I'm picking the good niggas. You one of the good niggas. I'm not picking no bum niggas.
I was never a bum though, so that's
that's what I'm saying. You're not a bum. That's why we put you on the list. Ain't no bum niggas on our list. You the one picking the bum niggas. Who you gonna pick next?
So if I'm just 14 and old, I'm fighting bums.
Huh?
You was like, oh, you just 14 and old.
No, you're skilled though. You listen. No, but you're skilled. No, you're skilled and you talk.
I ain't get here, so whatever I'm at right here, whatever box, I ain't get here, bro. Just fighting bums, bro.
No, you listen. Top Rank has given you a great opportunity, and you are skilled, but you fought bums. And guess what? And on that night, when everybody is around, you got to stand on business. And of that, you haven't been. No, I'm just saying, King. I'm saying this on that night. What I'm saying is, you haven't been on that night yet.
No, I haven't been on that night where the whole entire boxing world is watching that one fight. That I haven't been on. Co-main,
I'm talking about.
I never made it. The whole world is.
I'm talking about. Listen, hey, King.
Right now.
Hey, King. I'm talking about when your eyes gotta be like this the whole time. You relaxed and having fun. Yeah, when your eyes gotta be like this, because they're coming from everywhere, up, down, all the shit. You haven't had that experience. Listen, let me tell you this. We've had.
Hey, listen. The bottom line is we want to get everybody on the pod. All at once. How we could do this?
Nah, I want me and Devin. I don't need no extra motherfucker that's not gonna be.
That's cool. Dev know how to hold his own. But we still going to have to bring Bill and Jay Prince in for some expertise.
Hey, bro, you funny as hell.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna let y'all huddle up though. I'm telling you, because listen, there's nobody gonna come and give y'all the rent. No, listen.
You and me and go listen. Contract. That's what you want.
No, yes, we're gonna have a agreement because listen, let me just tell you because why? Let me just tell you. The last time, listen, Oshaki, he just sent Ray Ford at Oshaki. Now you
Hey, bro,
so listen, we just want to know that once he tighten you up, big bro, he got big bro.
Bro, if that's what y'all want, bro, whatever, bro.
That's right. There we go. That's the business, man. There we go.
To make me fight your son, you think about another man, I'm going to show you what that gets you.
No, now come on, businessman. You just said you're a businessman. When I first seen you, remember what I told you? I said you're a businessman. You guys are together. You know, you, Shakur, Jay Prince. It's all one. We can make it all one thing happen.
If you want that to make it happen, if you want to fight me first, and then after I fuck your son up, he want to go get beat up by Shakur second, he can do that. That's what I'm saying.
Is Shakur? Hey, listen, is Shakur gonna sign that?
Why would he sign it?
Okay, go talk to him and call me right back. Go talk to him.
Hey, we need all y'all on the podcast. Love y'all brothers, man. Love y'all brothers. Here we go.
Yo, Bill know you ain't signing that shit. Bill know you ain't signing that shit. You heard what I said. He's not signing it. He ain't signing it. Albright ain't no bum. Y'all need a better vocabulary. Yeah, he is good. He got some skills, bro. He got skills. Y'all can't say Devin trying to fight smaller fighters when them smaller fighters called him out first. I said this last live. When it comes to a fighter in a smaller weight class that's calling out a fighter that's in a higher weight class, it was mostly premised around people saying that talking about when you bringing a fighter up a weight class, you bringing a fighter up. When it comes to the fighter that's in the smaller weight class, talking about coming up, man, if that fighter comes up in weight and stays in that weight class, you didn't really necessarily bring that fighter up. It was bound to happen anyway because he stayed there. Now, if that fight happens and he goes up in weight and has the fight and moves back down, if he won, it's an opportunist. If he fucking lost, then he did it for the money or he did it to try to see if he can be great or whatever the case may be. And when you move back down, it's telling. You feel me? But when somebody that's already in the higher weight is asking for the fighter in the smaller weight, which isn't the situation right now. But when they're asking for the smaller fighter in the weight, then you can say that fighter is being brung up. You feel what I'm saying? But if that fighter is coming up in weight and being asked to come up in weight and they stay there, then maybe that the fighters, that's what I'm saying, they be knowing things before we do. All these fighters know each other's business. Fighters be knowing when another fighter is planning on moving up way before the public does. You feel what I'm saying? So that shit, it happens. It happened. Shakur and Keyshawn was calling out Devin first. Now it's a problem. He want to fight them both next. Make it make sense. Why is it a problem? The only problem is, I mean, as far as the fans, it's not a problem. We would love to see that. The problem is Shakur. Shakur don't want to fight. And you're right. Shakur was calling out Devin when he was still at 135. It was still talks. He was still saying things at 140. I believe I think he did say something about fighting Devin at 147 at one point in time. Like Shakur just be going back. Shakur say a lot, bro. Shakur say a lot. I don't think there's any problem making the Devin versus Keyshawn Davis fight, but Shakur put his foot in his mouth a lot of times, man. I don't know. He said so much stuff. Keyshawn was on Devin dumbass list before he started calling about. You right. He was on the list. He was on the list. Salute to you, Ishmael. What is popping? He said, what's weird to me, Bill Haney knows you can fire him by name. Really? Was blushing when he said hi, Bill. You was wilding. Yo, what's good with you too, sis? It was good with you, Queen. Hold up. Come on, computer. I don't get tired, my boy. Yeah, I agree, Ash. I like how you call a spade a spade. That's why I rock with you for sure. Definitely appreciate you coming in the building. I hope you appreciated the show. Well, I got like 2 more topics. Boots, man. Boots said some shit. Hold up. I'm telling. Boots said some shit that stuck with me since I heard him say it. Bro, Boots was that when he had that sit down with Showbiz the Adult, and Showbiz the Adult said that like he a big guy or whatever, he a great guy, like talking about Xander being great or whatever. Boots was like, nah, he a regular fighter that take regular gas. I was like, but I said, like, you just called this motherfucker a regular citizen just now. I take regular gas. I'm a regular citizen. I'm not a pro athlete. We take regular gas. You hear me? He said Xander's a regular fighter that takes regular gas. I was like, oh my God. Bro, I was like, oh my God. He a regular fighter that take regular gas. I said, man, and Boots, have y'all seen the way Boots look right now? Xander look big too. Look. And people talk about fat camps. Xander big, man. And I believe he talked about fat camps or whatever. And they said that he got down in weight. I think he's still working on getting down in weight. But it looked like Boots is there. And Boots is like working on he's shredded. Like he got a lot of muscle with him at 154. And the way he was hitting them pads, it was so destructive. I was like, yo, chill. Why are you hitting the pads so mad? He's hitting the pads super mad nowadays. I was like, talking a lot more. I think he's going to stand on business. I'm telling you. But they fight on the 27th of this month. Watch him stand on business. Oh, my gosh, bro. When I heard him say that shit, I said, yo, I ain't never heard that one. That's a bar. That's like when Earl had to sit down in front of Sean Porter, and Earl was like, I'm gonna put you on my resume. He said that shit like he was putting a gun on the mantle. I'm gonna put you on my resume. I was like, damn. I felt that. Yo, when he said that shit, I was like, man, I'm gonna tell you, yo, that's gonna be a real. I really hope, like I said it, I'm gonna say it again. I said it in somebody's chat. I really hope we get a very good ref for that fight, Boots versus Xander, and I hope Xander lasts. You heard me? I hope there's not no quick throwing your hands off. Nah, I want to see somebody hit the canvas. I'm not trying to see you stop the fight and nobody got dropped yet. We're not doing that. Xander versus Boots later on this month. I hope that doesn't happen. Boots sick of the shit for real. Gonna kill Xander. That's what it looked like. It was like, yo, what Xander do to you for real? Like, what's all this animosity? I just watched that again this morning. Who's sexy as fuck though? Ooh, 2 Cents, you've been expressing who look good lately. What's gotten into you? What's got into you, Queen? You've been expressive lately. I ain't disagreeing with you though at all. Not at all. Not even a little bit. All I know is Boots better not get hit by Xander the way he got hit by Karen. I like Boots too. This a good fight. This is a fire fight. And the people that's really Boots fanatics can't see the things he do wrong. They know he ain't perfect, but they can't see the things he do wrong for another fighter to capitalize on the things he do wrong. I'm going to give people a news flash that I already gave, and I'm going to say it again like I did after the fight. When he fought Karen the first time, he been doing the same things wrong. And I understand it might look like Karen ran around the ring, but Karen did capitalize on the things that he did wrong. That's why he lasted the way he did and looked the way he did versus Boots, and they had that rematch. And the second time, the man didn't want to take the strike, didn't want to take y'all saying that he ran. He didn't run at all. He stood in front of Boots the second fight. And the same thing happened. He won, he watched him, didn't stop him, didn't drop him. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how that people at 147 don't see Karen as the voice of the meal ticket being Karen, not money wise, but to be the man of that weight class to show you some shit. Beat Karen definitively the first time, so you won't have to need a rematch like Boots did. He just got beat better when he just lost. He just got beat better, so we know it's possible. We know it's possible. Boots been an impatient fighter that smothers his work when he get impatient. It's like he throws everything out the window and just goes for it. I think a lot of time he has fun in the ring, so he believes he can get away with it, which he has been. You know what I mean? But critics are critics. I remember when people used to say Boots get hit too much. I was like, really? And nothing's ever wrong with his face. How'd that happen? I'm buying the Xander versus Boots. That's what's up. That's what's up. Just an observation, ass. That's all right. This is my opinion. I'm not counting Xander out. They keep saying he don't have enough experience. He's experienced enough to be unified. That's right. He's experienced enough to be unified, but they talking about his, before he turned pro, and the fact that he's young, and the fact that when you look at their resumes, Boots got more names on it. They're older names, probably beyond their prime, but they're more names. You feel me? And got more fights. So that's where that come from. They right. Both sides is right. You feel me? Boots did watch Karen, but Boots was getting hit with shots that he shouldn't have been getting hit with it. That's a fact. And that's why he wanted to make it a better fight the second time. And what happened? During that fight in his hometown, they got up and left that fight early and was booing Boots in that fight. And there was no running going on. So the people that's fanatics of Boots got to remember that. And then they have to ask themselves, if Karen fought Xander, how would that fight happen? This is a good fight. People really need to and I agree with I think Unc said it. I think Crush the Legend said that it's probably not going to be as competitive. And I agree it probably won't be, but I'm hoping that Xander lasts a little bit. Boots ain't have no rematch. They made him fight Karen again. Bad? Really? How you win every round and get hit tonight? That's what people said, though, man. That's what I'm saying. The critics was all on his shit talking about he get hit too much though and shit like that. That's what people were saying. They was going back and forth with that shit, man. I'm gonna say one more. I'm gonna get on about it. This joint, man. Shakur said the thing that listen. This the thing that people won't let people act like they don't remember, man. This is the thing that people act like they don't remember when it comes to Shakur Stevenson. Shakur said that he will fight Tank Davis when his hand get healed. And that was a couple of years ago. I could leave it right there. But for people that's like, so, bruh, how many y'all have to know that this man's hands probably got hurt when he was at 130. It's possible that he could have hurt his hands for the first time at 130 pounds. So his hands been hurt this entire time. And when people made him, because he's talked about Tank a bunch of times. People asked him to talk about Tank if he didn't bring up Tank a bunch of times. It's been like 100 times, literally 100 times. If he's not going to fight Tank till his hand is healed, then why is he talking about Tank for the last 6 years? Why are you even saying anything? You're making fight after fight. Your hands ain't stopping you from fighting anybody else. For the people that needed me to spell it out. They're not stopping you from fighting anybody else, but they're stopping you from fighting Tank. But when people ask you, when you're feeling yourself, you want to say Tank's the one that's scared. You want to act like and talk like Tank's the one that's holding the fight up. You don't want to make the fight. That's my problem. It's really hard to stop that from being the issue. Like, that's my bottom line. I didn't really know they made Karen the mandatory, though. But that's my bottom line, yo. That's been my problem with this whole shit for all of this time. I wanted to say salute to everybody that came in the building, man. Salute to everybody that came in here. I'm finna go. It's been my Sunday.
I hope you slept just like a baby.
I'm out.
I hope today is the day you make it through whatever you've been going through lately. I hope you win the lottery with no taxes. I hope your crush texts you back and asks you to come over without you asking. I hope you wake up on your dream vacation. And that's without the kids, but you know they in a perfect situation. I hope you can get money for your stress. I hope the president signed the wrong thing and we all get a stimulus check. I hope you get a massage till you fall asleep. I hope your favorite person pop up today with your favorite thing to eat. I hope everything negative deletes. I hope you ain't even put no money in your tank, but it just never go on eat. Shoot. I hope you get whatever you hope. I hope that bad vibes can't even ever find your ass no more. I hope you always get the utmost respect. I hope the president signed the wrong thing again and we get another stimulus check. I hope the best. I hope you get your dream threesome. I hope your idol walk up to you and tell you in your face, you gonna be something. I hope everything you do, you just win. And I hope you find your Roku remote and never lose that bitch again. I hope the best. I hope you have a great day. I hope in the next hour, different people make you smile in 8 ways. I hope your bills pay they self. And your kids already ate and showered and they ain't even need no help. I hope your sickness just disappears. I don't care if it's a cold or something that you really been dealing with for years. I hope your business moves so well you quit your job. I hope you never lose another match when you playing with your squad. I hope your evil ex stop texting you now. And I hope whatever is stressing you out, just start blessing you now. Shoot. I hope your car so clean. I hope your ears can't hear nothing that's sad, negative, or mean. I hope you find $2 million. I hope people you're really attracted to is the only people that try to holler. I hope you have a pure relationship with somebody that truly loves you. I hope you miss a day of work and they still pay you double. I hope the best. I hope prosperity and more life. I hope you complete the biggest mission that you gave yourself in life. I hope you share this to all your friends.